Live on a Friday night at Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the first of a two-game series between the Grizzlies and the Wichita Thunder. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the first meeting this season between the Grizzlies and the Thunder. They met 5 times last season, and the Grizzlies had a 5-0 record against the Thunder, and Utah was outstanding against Wichita. They outscored them by a wide margin in each of those 5 games, as Wichita was near the bottom of the standings last year, and the Grizzlies won the Mountain Division Championship against the Thunder. The Grizzlies really had a lot of success, as we mentioned. The Grizzlies outscored the Thunder 22-6 in the 5 meetings last season, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens here tonight. Wichita is tied for second in the Mountain Division with the Kansas City Mavericks, as Idaho's in first place by a wide margin. Now, Kansas City takes on Idaho later tonight. I think that game's going to be played over at Cable Dahmer Arena. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. So it's a big game for the Thunder, and it's also a big game for the Grizzlies, who right now are tied for 5th place in the Mountain Division with Rapid City. They are 4 points behind the Allen Americans. Allen is in 4th place with 53 points. And so the Grizzlies looking to inch a little bit closer to 4th place as they take on the Wichita Thunder. The Thunder have really struggled as of late. They're 1-8-1 over their last 10 games. The Grizzlies are 4-4-2 over the last 10, but the Grizzlies do have a standing point in 5 straight road games. It's the start of March, as the Grizzlies in February ended up with a record of 4-6-2. But remember, the Grizzlies were outstanding in the month of January, and we'll see what happens here tonight. 2 big additions for the Grizzlies to the lineup, as Cameron Wright, who missed the previous 3 games, will be in there for the Grizzlies, and Zach Sekos returns to the lineup. He missed pretty much the last 2 months for the Grizzlies, as he only has played in 1 game in the 2023 calendar year. And so Zach Sekos will be in the Grizzlies lineup wearing number 17. Both guys are going to be starters for the Grizzlies. When we come back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report, we'll talk with Guy Chiarenza, and we'll also give you the starting lineups for both teams. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account to
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. We're in the lobby at Maverick Center, and the Grizzlies are over 1 time zone to our right. They're in the Central Time Zone, taking on the Wichita Thunder for the first time this season. I'm here with Guy Chiarenza. Guy, it was a tough 2-game stretch there against Allen, but the Grizzlies do have a standing point in 5 straight road games. And they're taking on a Wichita team that traditionally they've had some good success with against in the past. So see what happens here this weekend.
Yeah, Tyson, I think this is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Grizzlies. I think 2 games here against the Thunder, a team that's 1-8-1 in their last 10. They're really struggling. I think this is the perfect opponent for the Grizzlies if they want to get back on track.
So for the Grizzlies, we'll see what happens here tonight against Wichita. Utah's got a record of 23-26-3 on the season. Now, Wichita, despite the fact they're 1-8-1 in their last 10 games, they've been pretty good at home this season with a record of 19-7-3. And really, when the Thunder have had success this season, it's been their special teams. They've got a really dominant power play and penalty kill unit, particularly over at their place at INTRUST Bank Arena.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's key that you mentioned that this game is in Wichita at INTRUST Bank Arena. The Thunder are scary good at home, and they're not so good away from home. So for this game to be in their building, I think the Grizzlies need to come into the building understanding that they can't just walk in here and walk out with a win. They have to earn that win against the Wichita Thunder. You're not just going to get handed 2 points here. You have to be on your A game. You can't overlook your opponent.
For the Grizzlies, they do get Cameron Wright back after missing 3 straight games. And the Grizzlies also get back Zach Sekos, who only appeared in 1 game so far in the 2023 calendar year. He missed just about the entire month of January, came back for a game in early February against the Allen Americans, and then we didn't see him for the rest of the month. So it's big to get those 2 guys back. Cameron Wright leads the Grizzlies in shots on goal, and Zach Sekos at 23.1% leads the Grizzlies in shooting percentage. And it seems like those 2 are really good all-around players, and they should really help the Grizzlies here tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, this is huge. And I think getting Cameron Wright and Zach Sekos back, I think these 2 are arguably the Grizzlies' most dynamic scorers on this team. So to have those guys back in the lineup, that's a huge boost and something that they were missing against Allen.
Earlier this week, a few transactions. Goaltender Trent Miner was reassigned to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles earlier this week. Defenseman Andrew Nilsson was loaned to the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And so he has played in 1 game with Wilkes-Barre Scranton here so far, and he was a -2 and didn't have any points. Hopefully, Andrew Nilsson will play well over in Wilkes-Barre. And the Grizzlies signed forward Jared Power, who will be making his pro debut. Power will wear number 20 for the Grizzlies. He played at Mount Royal University, and he majored in business. And he had a pretty good stretch there over the last 2 years at Mount Royal, where he had a +12 rating. He's 6'2", 185 pounds, and guy, I saw him in practice earlier this week, and he looks like he can move around pretty well.
Yeah, Tyson, I'm interested to see how he plays in his debut. I wonder if it'll take him a little while to settle into this team and kind of find his groove, or if he just goes out there and has a fantastic performance. I think that's up in the air, but I think that he's going to have a good game tonight. I think he'll find his way down the stretch. And as for losing Andrew Nilsson, that does hurt. This is a guy that has a lot of points on the power play, so I wonder, you talk about that special teams battle, I wonder if that'll hurt the Grizzlies in the power play department, or if somebody else will step up. I wonder if Bryson Martin's a guy that could potentially slide into that spot and step up for the Grizzlies, a guy that moves around a lot and has a good ability to pass the puck.
It will definitely be interesting to see who ends up filling that void on the power play, as Andrew Nilsson does have 26 power play points this season, 6 goals and 20 assists. Who's going to be the Optum first goal of the game? Optum is putting you at the center of everything we do. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. Well, guy, I'm not sure who I'm going to go with for the first goal of the game, because it seems like it could be anybody. I got a feeling that Taryn Pfizer is going to get the Optum first goal, as Pfizer and Cameron Wright are each tied for the club lead with 18 goals. I think Pfizer is going to score from just outside the right circle on a Grizzlies power play in the first period. Who do you think's getting the Optum first goal tonight?
Oh, Tyson, there's a lot of good picks to be made, a lot of dynamic scores throughout this lineup. But I think we mentioned him earlier, a guy that's coming back into the lineup. I got to go with Zach Sekos. He was really good the last time we saw him. Hopefully he can continue that play after coming back from injury. I'm going with the Zach attack, as 71 Cowboys would say.
So Zach Sekos is the pick to click of Guy Chiarenza. Everybody go to the link on the Optum first goal of the game. It's going to be interesting to see who scores first tonight. The Grizzlies did score first both Friday and Saturday against Allen, and then ended up losing the game. Utah is 15-5 when scoring first this year. It is important for the Grizzlies to get off to a lead there, 9-1 when leading after 1, and 18-1 when leading after 2 periods. So against an opponent that the Grizzlies aren't all that familiar with, but they do have one familiar name, Austin Crosley, who was with the Grizzlies all year last season. He is a member of the Wichita Thunder. Remember, he started the year with the Florida Everblades, and just recently he was traded to the Wichita Thunder. So it's going to be interesting to see Austin Crosley wear number 16 in a Wichita uniform, because he was a very physical player and really was part of the spirit of the Grizzlies Division Championship Club last year.
Yeah, Tyson, it'll be interesting to see him play against the Grizzlies tonight, and hopefully the trend is snapped here. I mean, last time we saw former Grizzlies in Jacksonville, they seemed to have a really strong game against the Grizzlies, so no disrespect to Austin Crosley, but we hope that trend does not continue tonight.
So it's the Grizzlies and the Thunder, and when we come back in 1 minute, we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. and I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
McKelston now. Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. The guy to watch out for on the Wichita side is Michal, M-I-C-H-A-L. His last name S-T-I-N-I-L. He's Wichita's leading scorer. He's got 25 goals and 35 assists this season in only 47 games. He'll be a starting forward for the Wichita Thunder, who are led by Bruce Ramsey, who was the ECHL Coach of the Year back in the 2020-21 season. The Thunder have a record of 26-24-4 on the year. They're pretty good over at home at INTRUST Bank Arena, where they have a record of 19-7-3. Starting in net for the Thunder is Justin Kapellmaster, who played against the Grizzlies previously as a member of the Fort Wayne Comets and Allen Americans a couple years ago. He's really bounced around, also spent some time with Jacksonville. He is 6'1" and 216 pounds. He's played in 3 games this season, has a record of 0-3 with a 4.37 goals against average and .893 save percentage. So Justin Kapellmaster, wearing number 30, will be the starting goaltender for the Wichita Thunder. Starting forwards, we mentioned Michal, who's Wichita's leading scorer. They're also going to go with Quinn Preston, the former Ohio State Buckeye. Preston has 45 points in 46 games, 18 goals, and 27 assists. And also in the starting lineup is Patrick Bates, who's wearing number 12. Bates, in 52 games, has 12 goals and 13 assists. So the starting forwards are Stenell, Bates, and Preston. Also watch out for Jay Dickman, who's one of the best forwards in the league. He's got 19 goals and 29 assists in 54 games. So watch out for Jay Dickman, who really has a ton of size at 6'6" and 229 pounds. Starting defensive pairing for the Thunder, Connor Walters has 7 assists in 45 games, and he'll be paired up with Dominic Dockery, who's 6'2" and 185 pounds. Dockery has 1 goal and 7 assists in 53 games. The defenseman to watch out for Wichita when they're on the power play is Cole McDonald, who's 3rd in the league in power play assists and is also 3rd in power play points. McDonald has 34 points in 50 games. He'll be wearing number 26, and he is the Wichita captain. That means both teams have a captain that's a defenseman with the last name of McDonald. The only difference is McDonald from the Wichita side, his last name's got an A on it, M-A-C-D-O-N-A-L-D, whereas Connor McDonald doesn't have an A in his last name. Speaking of Connor McDonald, he'll be in for the Grizzlies tonight, making his 47th appearance as Utah's led by second-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. His assistant is Jared Pike. The Grizzlies have a record of 23-26-3 on the season. They're an even 13-13-3 on the road, so an even 500 club away from Maverick Center. Starting in net's going to be number 50, Trent Miner. Miner gets the start. He was reassigned to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles this past Monday. Trent is 6'1" and 198 pounds. He's got a record of 8-12-2. He's got 2 shutouts. He's the Grizzlies shutout king, as he has 9 shutouts in his Grizzlies career, which is the all-time record holder. He's got a goals against average of 3.12 and a save percentage of .909. Trent Miner is going to be wearing number 50 for the Grizzlies. His backup is Lucas Parikh. Starting defensive pairing for the Grizzlies, Bryson Martin, who has 2 goals and 5 assists in 39 games. Martin is 6'2" and 195 pounds, former 3rd-round pick of the Buffalo Sabres. This is his 8th different ECHL team that he's been on. Number 23, Kyle Pouncey, has 1 goal and 6 assists in 47 games. So the starting defensive pairing is Martin and Pouncey. The Grizzlies are going with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen tonight. We'll also see James Shearer, the aforementioned captain Connor McDonald. We'll also see Aaron Tho and Joey Kolatarsi. Scratches among the defensive unit is Corey Thomas and Victor Bartley. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies, number 15, Cameron Wright, who's back after missing 3 straight games. Wright is 6'1" and 200 pounds. He has 38 points in 44 games. In fact, Wright leads all Grizzlies forwards in points, and he also is tied for the league lead with 7 game-winning goals. Zach Sekos returns after missing about a month. In fact, Sekos has missed the majority of the last 2 months. He's wearing number 17. He's got 9 goals and 7 assists in 19 games. And Dakota Raby, who's got a point in 7 straight. Raby is 5'10" and 170 pounds, played his college hockey at Michigan, and finished up last season at Sacred Heart University as a graduate transfer. Raby's got 29 points in 47 games, 10 goals and 19 assists. So the starting forwards our right, Sekos and Raby. We'll also see the forward line of Dylan Fitz, Tyler Penner, and Taryn Pfizer in there. Pfizer's my pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Jared Power, wearing number 20, is making his professional debut. Power is 6'2" and 188 pounds. He's from Calgary, Alberta. He played at Mount Royal University, which is in Canada. And this season with Mount Royal, you would think about the last 2 seasons, though, at Mount Royal. He had 5 goals and 15 assists in 42 games. He'll be lined up next to Keaton Jamison and Cam Strong. Watch out for Strong, who's been hot as of late. We'll also see Christian Simeone, the second-year pro out of Merrimack, and Jordan Martell, the Rooster, who has 2 straight 2-point games for the Grizzlies. So starting forwards again are Raby, Sekos, and Wright. We'll also see Fitz, Penner, Pfizer, along with Power, Jamison, Strong, and Simeone and Jordan Martell. Well, right now I don't have a video feed from Wichita, so we'll come back in 2 minutes and hopefully we'll be able to see this game. If not, Guy and I will really have a lot of time to kill as we'll try to do a Sports Talk radio show. So right now it looks like we do not have any video from Wichita, and hopefully we'll have it when we come back in 2 minutes. As this has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott pregame show on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. The remote feed that we're doing right now apparently is malfunctioning. We do not have a picture of the game, but hopefully we'll be able to give you a picture here once we get a picture of it, as we're just hoping to find a way to describe the game for the viewers on YouTube as well as Flow Sports. Obviously, Flow Sports, they can see the game, but right now they can't see the game, and neither can we. So, Guy, I guess the puck's going to drop here pretty soon, and hopefully we'll have a picture of it. I guess what I'm going to do is just reload the page that we can see the game, and just hope that the green light appears and that we'll be able to see some hockey here tonight. It looks like they're having some real technical difficulties over in Wichita. But, Guy, it's a big series for the Grizzlies, and really I look at the next 2 weeks. Not only this week against Wichita, the 2-game series on the road tonight and Sunday afternoon. You talk about the big 3-game series against Kansas City here at Maverick Center. And did you hear it? The Stanley Cup's going to be here on Saturday, March 12th, or actually it's March 11th, which is 8 days from now. And remember that Sunday game on March 12th is going to be a 3:00 start. And, Guy, so it's going to be big for the Grizzlies as they'll take on the Wichita Thunder. Looks like we do have a picture of the game, as looks like we're going on live, as Wichita don't have a score bug, so we don't know how much time's left in the game. Wichita left wing shot, saved by Minor. Grizzlies skate from our right to our left as we see it from Flow Sports, your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Grizzlies skate in, left side, right shot, saved by Kapellmaster. Wichita in their Star Wars specialty jerseys as they're looking to use the force against the Grizzlies, something like that, as they'll throw it out to center ice. Wichita 3-on-3 enters from the left wing. They get it poked away. As going down is Mikhail Stenell. As the Grizzlies get it, left wing, they cross center ice. Now to Raby, who feeds it across to Pfizer. Will take a shot and a pad saved by Kapellmaster. And the puck deflected off the protective netting. As we get a whistle somewhere in the start of the game. We don't have a score bug, so we don't know how much time's left, but we are underway. As Grizzlies wearing the white jerseys with black numbers and professional green trim. And Wichita with a little bit more exotic look as it's Star Wars night over in Wichita. We had some real technical difficulties where we were unable to see the picture. Looks like now we at least have a picture. Taking the draw is Jake Wallen for Wichita, number 83, against Tyler Penner of the Grizzlies. Utah wins the draw. They spin it along the wall. Fits over to the left side. Gets pinned to the boards. And over in the corner, taking it's Tyler Penner. He'll chip it over to Fitz, who feeds the middle for Pfizer. Pfizer gathers it. He'll skate towards his right. Now he'll dump it to the corner. Penner gets hit. Pfizer around the net. Wraparound shot. Saved by Kapellmaster. Rebound goes to Wichita along the near side. They skate from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. Puck chips towards the Grizzlies defenseman who feeds out to center ice. Jake Wallen gets hit by Fitz. Now Terran Pfizer, left wing, steps in onside. He'll skate along the near wing boards. He gets poked away by Wallen as they battle along the wall. As Grizzlies, Dylan Fitz will fire a left wing shot that goes wide. It bounced off the end boards. It goes back to Zach Hoffman, number 6 for Wichita, as Hoffman stands behind Kapellmaster. As the Thunder looks like a pretty good Friday night crowd over at INTRUST Bank Arena. As the Thunder move it ahead, so he'll chip it over to Peter Bates, number 12. He'll get it to center ice. Number 55, Cameron Huff, normally wears number 14. As the puck moves ahead to Brett Van Oss. Van Oss, 49 games this season. He goes down on his keister. As it goes back to the far side, Grizzlies will skate out of the zone. Aaron Tho gains center ice and dumps it in as Kapellmaster stays in front of his net as the whistle blows. And it looks like the linesman is pointing towards the blue line, saying the Grizzlies were offside as we're early on in this contest. As Cole McDonald on the ice for Wichita, he's their captain. Watch out for the physical play of Brett Lewinsky, who's got 135 penalty minutes this year. He's 6'1", 194 pounds. It's the face-off, which has a sponsor to it at the far side of the Grizzlies. We don't have a score bug, so we don't know how much time is left, but we do know that there is no score unless we missed one. As Grizzlies win the draw 2-on-2, they cross center ice. They'll chip it over to Jared Power in his first shift as a pro. Power feeds to the right side. Puck glanced off a stick, and Wichita gathers it. They get it to neutral ice. Rink-wide pass goes behind Cameron Huff. He'll gather it as he collides with James Shearer across the boards at the end wall of Utah's zone. Now it goes back to Joey Colatarsi, who's a defenseman tonight. Sometimes he plays forward. He'll swing it to the far side. As the Grizzlies gather it, they'll skate towards neutral ice. Now they'll skate back into their own end as Cam Strong gets around Shearer. Now he gains center ice. He gets poked away towards Strong. Left wing pass to Simeone. He'll skate towards the left circle, take a lefty shot. Glove saved by Kapellmaster. And he holds on here early in the contest. The Grizzlies look like they're being the aggressor here offensively. Guy, I think you have to like the start if you're a Grizzlies fan.
Yeah, Tyson, I do. I like that the Grizzlies have come out and they're applying the pressure. I think Wichita's biggest weakness right now is their goaltending. They had Eric Dopp a few weeks ago. They found out that he wasn't the answers, and now they're going with Kapellmaster. His stats aren't the greatest. 4.37 goals against average and .893 save percentage. I like that the Grizzlies are testing him early.
Draw taken by Wichita as they're skating from left to right as the Thunder throw it out to center ice. And I have no clue if you're hearing us on Flow Sports with all the technical difficulties. As the puck goes towards the right side, Grizzlies have in their own zone. They'll chip it ahead as it goes past Kyle Rhodes, number 3. And now it goes back to a Wichita defenseman. They feed it out to center ice, poked away by Simeone. Now it goes to Bryson Martin. He'll gain the line. Left point shot saved by Kapellmaster. And remember, Wichita does allow 37.5 shots per game, which is near the bottom in the league. Puck rolls towards the near circle. Grizzlies get it back to Bryson Martin. Left point shot saved by Kapellmaster. And he holds on as Tyler Penner was out in front of the net trying to redirect it, but Kapellmaster makes the save. Justin Kapellmaster has made the rounds here in the ECHLs. He's played for quite a few teams. Kapellmaster, we saw him previously play against the Grizzlies as a member of the Allen Americans back in the 2020-21 season. He's also got experience with Reading, Wichita, Indy, Jacksonville, Worcester, Fort Wayne. So he's really made the rounds. He's also played in AHL games with Cleveland and Hershey. Wichita wins the draw. They skate around their net as the Thunder, who are tied for second place in the Mountain Division with Kansas City. They're along the near wing boards at center ice. Jay Dickman, the big 6'6" defenseman, dumps it in as puck goes back towards Dickman at the Utah blue line. As the Thunder will throw it back to center ice, they'll restart the attack. Zach Kaufman will move it ahead to Dickman. Now throw it back towards the right side. Dickman off the boards to the left wing. Connor McDonald does a good job spinning around Wichita. McDonald, the Grizzlies captain, throws it out to center ice. As Zach Sekos, back after missing about 2 months, feeds to the right side for right. Back to Sekos, trying to drop it off for right in the slot, and the pass goes wide. As Wichita gains center ice, number 25, Gavin Gould, who previously played with Wichita or with Allen, now goes to the left side. Sekos looks to center, instead takes a shot, saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to Jay Dickman, who skates around the net. Now dropping off for a Wichita defenseman as we're early on in the contest, still no score, as the Thunder skating from left to right in their Star Wars specialty jerseys. Now they'll skate down the middle, still in their own zone. They feed it to the far side. They cross center. Wichita dumps it in as chasing after it's number 42, Brett Van Oss, but the whistle blows. I think the puck ended up rolling towards Trent Miner, who covered up. Guy, what have you seen here in the last couple minutes?
Well, Tyson, I've seen that the Grizzlies are applying the pressure, and it's a good thing that we can see this game because I really liked the way the Grizzlies came out. They're putting on the pressure, and I think that's exactly what they needed to do. I mentioned that the Wichita Thunder's weakness is goaltending, and the Grizzlies so far have just been taking it to Kappelmaster.
Draw on the far circle. Brett Van Oss is going to take it against Tyler Penner. Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. That's game 53 for the Grizzlies, and Penner's played them all. In fact, he played in all 72 regular season, all 18 playoff games for the Grizzlies last year. Dylan Fitz is the other guy that's played in every game this season. Fitz is in the Grizzlies lineup as well. It looks like there's a bird at INTRUST Bank Arena. There's a bird flying around. Everybody stopped play. It looks like they're going to continue to play. There's a bird flying around at INTRUST Bank Arena tonight. Looks like a really good crowd on a Friday night, and hopefully can pick us up on Flow Sports and YouTube. We've had some technical difficulties as a draw won by the Grizzlies. They're still in their own zone as the Grizzlies gain center ice and dump it in. Now it goes to Dylan Fitz on the left side, back to Pfizer. Pfizer gets to the left circle, shot saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to Wichita as the Thunder gained the line. Now they get hit towards the near boards as Pouncey in the area. He'll skate off the screen. Pouncey played a few games with Wichita over a 2-year stretch as Pfizer skates down the middle, still in his own zone. He celebrated a birthday, I think either yesterday or the day before. He'll get it to Penner, who dumps it in. Dylan Fitz chases after it. Kyle Rhodes gets there first, the former Tulsa Oiler and Rapid City Rush skater. Rhodes gains center ice and dumps it to the left side. And the linesman says no icing. It would have been icing, but the Thunder won the foot race over there. Far side as Wichita skates towards the middle. Now they back it out to the left point. It's the Thunder in the offensive zone as they'll skate towards the middle, looking for a righty shot. Now they feed it to the right side. Lefty shot goes wide. Puck glides along the far boards and goes out to center ice. Now the whistle blows. We haven't had a penalty here so far in tonight's game. It's hard to say what the whistle was for, as it was away from the point. We got something on the ice. It's not a bird. It looks like a rat. What's that on the ice? It looks like a rat, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, first we got a bird, and now we got whatever this is. This has been a heck of a day so far. Wow.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. We have no clue if you're hearing us on Flow Sports. There is what looks like a rat on the ice right now. We saw a bird a couple minutes ago. Everybody's just looking around. Nobody wants to go pick it up. I don't know what that is. And a referee, one of the two referees has a towel. He skates and gives the towel to the backup goaltender for Wichita. What kind of start? What's going on here? It looked like a rat was along the near boards.
Tyson, your guess is as good as mine. I really have no idea what's going on here. First we've got the bird. Now we've got a rat. I really don't know what to expect next. I really don't. They got shovels out here. I think they picked it up.
It looks like they picked up we're guessing it's a rat or something like that. As now they got a shovel behind Trent Miner, and they've got the animal off the ice. We had a bird out there, and it looked like we had something like a rat. This is crazy. Still no score early in the contest. Jared Powers on the ice in his professional debut. Grizzlies win the draw as Keaton Jamison took it for Utah. Over to Connor McDonald. He'll throw it out to the left side, picked off, but Wichita couldn't handle it. Back on the near side. Grizzlies get it back to the captain, McDonald, as Connor gets out to neutral ice. So move it ahead. As now puck glides all the way towards Kappelmaster. As looked like McDonald tried to throw a pass blue line to blue line and roll towards Kappelmaster, who covers up. So the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Still no score. The lighting looks like it's really interesting over at INTRUST Bank Arena. The ice surface can be a little bit soft over there from years past, so the Grizzlies are going to have to skate hard. It's a puck towards the far boards. And let's see who's taking the draw. It's Zach Sekos. And it's good to see him back. I think he's the Grizzlies' best all-around player. He wins the draw. Bryson Martin's the left side of the point. Well, bouncing off the end wall, hits the side of the net. Quinn Preston skates over there. Preston played a little bit at Ohio State University. He's had a good year. Wichita flips it high into the air. It bounces in the Grizzlies zone. McDonald gets it, far corner. He'll chip it across. It goes past Bryson Martin along the near side as Aaron Tho will chip it back towards McDonald. As McDonald looks it out towards center ice, taken by Wichita. Thunder skate towards the left. They try to bounce it off of Peter Bates. Rolls back to Utah on the near side. Grizzlies will cross center down the middle. Bryson Martin gains the line. He's onside. He'll stop in the right circle, take a lefty shot, and it goes wide. Puck glides along the near boards. As puck goes out towards center ice, and Wichita dumps it in. James Shearer chases after it. He'll skate around Miner's net. Miner was reassigned from the Colorado Eagles this past Monday. Over to Raby, who gains center ice. He'll feed it to his right for Sekos, who drives around the boards. Sekos' first full year as a pro out of Clarkson University. Grizzlies from the left side feed the middle, and it's picked off by Wichita, but the whistle blows. And let's see. Is there another animal on the ice? We don't know. As Jake Wallen will skate towards the bench. Didn't look like offside or anything like that. Maybe we have a penalty. Either way, it looks like we've got a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute as there's no score on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Well, there's no score about 6.5 minutes into the game. We don't have a score bug or anything, so we just have to guess. But, Guy, I think the highlight is we saw a bird flying around INTRUST Bank Arena, and we saw what we thought was a rat. As the draw is going to be in the Grizzly zone in the near side. Utah's outshot Wichita 4-2. Thunder win the draw as Wichita tied for second in the Mountain Division. As they get to the right corner, look to center it, picked off by Sekos. Now Zach gets it, crosses center ice. The Zach attack enters the offensive zone. Left wing shot, saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to Zach Hoffman, number 6. He skates around the Wichita net. Thunder in a specialty jersey as it's Star Wars night. As Grizzlies take it away, near side right, feeds it across, and the pass goes wide as he was looking for Raby out in front. Wichita spins it back around to the near side as it rolls towards the left point. Thunder feed it out to center as the Thunder 2-on-4 enter the zone as they skate towards their right. Jay Dickman loses the puck. Grizzlies move it ahead. Right side, Grizzlies step over the line as they feed it to the near side. Raby looks to center it to Pouncey. Pass goes wide. Puck goes back to Raby. He gets it taken away behind Wichita's net as the puck glides towards the far side. Grizzlies back to the right corner. They lose the puck. Now Wichita skates around their net. Both teams allow quite a bit of shots. As Grizzlies left point, as Penner feeds it to Pfizer down the middle, take a righty shot, and it goes high over the crossbar and off the glass. As Wichita neutralized will feed center. Thunder skate in. They skate towards the left circle, shadowed by the captain McDonald. Good job by McDonald as Wichita couldn't get a shot off. McDonald gets it. He'll feed it to the near side for Penner. Penner at neutralized moves it ahead, looking for Pfizer. It's wide of the mark and rolls towards Kappelmaster. And Kappelmaster gets back up. He thought Pfizer got too close to him. Now skating over to confront Terran Pfizer is Mark Lewinsky. Lewinsky's got 135 penalty minutes this season. It looked like, the puck was gliding towards Kappelmaster, and Pfizer, according to Kappelmaster, got a little bit too close to him. And Wichita is one of those teams that can be a little bit chippy after the Grizzlies do lead the league in penalty minutes, and Wichita's not that far behind. I remember a couple years ago, they were really a type of team that was very stingy, protecting their net, and they feel like if they can win that real estate out in front of the crease, they can win a lot of hockey games that way. That's the way Wichita won a lot of games 2 years ago, and that's going to be the secret to their success this weekend against the Grizzlies. Draws in the far circle. Not sure how much time's left. We're maybe about 8 minutes into the game. as the draw goes to the Grizzlies. We haven't had a power play so far as Connor McDonald skates towards the near side. Now he's at the left circle. Feeds it back to Penner. Now up top for Tho. Left point shot, and it's blocked out in front. As I think Connor Walters, number 24, got a piece of it. Grizzlies along the near side as Tyson Pfizer now skates towards his right. He'll fire a shot, kick save by Kappelmaster on the low liner. As Penner feeds it around the boards for Fitz, who's got a point in 6 of his last 7. Fitz will kick it off a Wichita skate. Now Fitz skates towards the right point, fires towards the net, and it goes wide. Puck glides towards the near boards as Penner back towards Pfizer on the left side. Pfizer with a backhand pass that goes through the crease and out towards the right side. Now Wichita chips it back to the near side. His action all in the Wichita zone. Grizzlies doing a good job maintaining offensive zone time. A Grizzly goes down in the battle in the near boards. Wichita lifts it out to center. Puck goes back to James Shearer, who's got the only A on his sweater. One captain, and that's Connor McDonald. And James Shearer is the only guy wearing an A. As Grizzlies gain center ice, and Keaton Jamison chips it in. Jamison 6'2" and 205 pounds. As the puck goes towards Kyle Rhodes behind the Wichita net. He's being chased by the Rooster, Jordan Martell. Rhodes moves it ahead as Wichita will carry it out to center ice. 3-on-3. Thunder gained the line, skate down the middle. Righty shot, and it goes wide. That was taken by Jake Wallen, number 83, the former Rapid City Rush skater. Simeone collides with the other number 24, Connor Walters. As puck goes back into the Thunder zone, Wichita gets it back to center ice. As the Thunder from the left wing, near the Grizzlies bench, Utah takes it away. Grizz cross center and gained the line. Martell left side shot. Glove saved by Kappelmaster. And he holds on about halfway through the first period as we're still scoreless. Got good action there. And I think for the Grizzlies, you have to like the fact you've been in the offensive zone for as long as they have been.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I think the guy that's really leading the charge right now is Tyson Pfizer. He just seems to be chomping at the bit to get that first goal. We see him driving to the net. He's taking shots. He's using his speed. He's on his A game tonight.
Got about 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first. Draws in the Wichita zone on the near side. Thunder win the face-off, and they'll clear it out to center as Zach Sekos, Cameron Wright dumps it in. And Wichita, well, icing is called because Wright dumped it in, but he dumped it in from Grizzlies territory. So icing's on the Grizzlies. Face-off's going to come back towards Trent Miner. He hasn't seen a lot of shots here early on, but I really like, you think about Trent Miner. He's the type of goalie that when he's got his A game on, nobody can score against him.
Yeah, Tyson, hopefully this is the night that he does have his A game, his first game back since being reassigned from Colorado. I think it'll be interesting to see how he plays here and how he plays going down the stretch as well.
Grizzlies have outshot the Thunder 8-2 so far. Tyson Pfizer and Tyler Penner have 2 shots, and a few others have 1. Grizzlies win the draw. They cross center ice, looking for Raby down the middle, and gets poked away. Wichita does have big defensemen. To get out to center ice, Thunder feed it across towards Matthew Duran, who's also making his pro debut as Jared Power is making his pro debut for the Grizzlies. Duran from center ice dumps it in. He is 6'1", 201 pounds. He's wearing number 2 for Wichita. He's one of 7 defensemen for Bruce Ramsey tonight. As the Grizzlies cross center, they'll feed it to the left for Sekos. He'll throw it to the right side. Shot! Saved by Kappelmaster. And after the whistle, boy, it looked like somebody went after Dakota Raby, and Raby was unhappy as Raby took a shot from the right side. It was a grade A opportunity. Then after the whistle, Raby and one of the Wichita defensemen went after a little bit. No, it wasn't a defenseman. It was Gavin Gould, the former Allen American. I imagine Gould, who played against the Grizzlies a little bit earlier this season, he's somebody that probably gave Bruce Ramsey a bit of a scouting report on the Grizzlies, as he's probably the only guy that's faced Utah this season. So it looks like we're halfway through the first period, and the Grizzlies' shot count right now, I believe, is at 9-2. As Dakota Raby getting in on the action. You're talking about Grizzlies that had an outstanding month of February. Raby missed the first 5 games due to injury, but in the last 7 games in February, he was just spectacular.
Yeah, Tyson, he's been fantastic, and he's been on an absolute tear. And I think the Grizzlies need to ride the hot hand. They need to ride off of that success of Dakota Raby and kind of let that spread throughout the lineup. There's a lot of great goal scorers that just need to get their game going. And the Grizzlies can be a dangerous team going down the stretch if they do.
And Raby, 4 goals and 5 assists during a 7-game point scoring streak. Another guy that's been hot's been the Grizzlies captain, Connor McDonald, who's a +9 in his last 7 games. So Connor McDonald's really looked good for the Grizz as well. And I'm really interested to see Jared Power making his pro debut. Power, for a guy that's about 6'2", he's kind of a skinnier build at about 188 pounds. He's somebody that, when I saw him in practice earlier this week, he moves around pretty well, and he's got a pretty decent shot as well. And so I'm really interested to see what happens to Jared Power when he gets an open look tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I like what I've seen so far from the few shifts that I've seen him play. I'm really interested to see him take a shot. I haven't seen his shot yet, but I wonder if he's got a wicked shot to him. If he does, that could be a weapon going down the stretch for the Grizzlies.
We're back to live action. Draw in the Wichita zone. Thunder cleared all the way deep in the Grizzlies zone. Bryson Martin skates towards the far side as we're about halfway through the first period. Still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Thunder 9-2. Wichita back in their own end as they'll pitch it out to center ice as it goes to number 55, Cameron Huff, who's normally number 14. Huff, 1 goal in 8 games this season, dumps it in as Minor plays it behind his net. Now Ray Beat towards the right side, tries to locate in the corner as a helmet goes flying, and Wichita has to skate off the ice. And I think that's Kelly Bent, number 19. As Grizzlies out to center ice, Connor McDonald veers off to the left as he gets around a Thunder skater. McDonald dumps it to the corner. As McDonald chasing after it, he gets it poked away by Gavin Gould. Now McDonald gets it back right side. He'll chip it towards the goal line, and Wichita gets a guy in the way. Thunder, one of the biggest defensive units that we'll see all year, as the Thunder back in the right side gets it taken away. Now Wichita recovers. Now Utah does. Cam Strong, right side, lefty shot goes wide as he was looking for somebody cutting towards the net, and it would have been Jamison. Wichita to the near side will bounce it off the glass, and it goes towards number 43, Quinn Preston, who's got 18 goals this season. He'll feed a right-wing pass, and they try to get across to Preston, and the pass is behind him. Grizzlies cross center 3-on-3. Utah gains the line, skates towards the right circle, looking for a centering pass for Power, and it goes wide. Power glides along the near boards, goes past James Shearer. Skating after it's Quinn Preston. He's got great speed. He gets the puck, falls down. Puck goes back to the right side towards the net. Shearer picks it off, and he'll bounce it off a Wichita defenseman. That's Austin Crosley, the former Grizzly. Puck exited the zone. Crosley tried to dump it back in, and offside is called on the Thunder. As well, we're about 13 minutes into the game. We don't have the time on the clock, but the Grizzlies have looked good, and it's interesting to see Austin Crosley in a Wichita uniform. He scored 1 goal for the Grizzlies last season. And obviously, he was maybe Utah's most physical defenseman last year, and he's bringing some toughness to that Wichita club. Quinn Preston will take the draw against Tyler Penner. Over in the far circle, actually, it's Jake Wallen for Wichita. Wallen wins the draw as now it goes out to center ice. We're seeing some strange stuff. We see green screen pop in and out as we saw a rat on the ice. We've seen a bird. Wichita back deep in their own zone. Still no score. They skate from left to right. Thunder cross center ice, left wing, and dump it in. Minor stays in front of his net as the Grizzlies chase after it. Utah feeds it towards the near side. It bounced off of Jake Wallen and rolls towards the far corner. Bryson Martin moves it ahead as the Grizzlies dish it across. Now Simeone right side drops it off. Grizzlies enter the zone. Penner falls down. Visor gets in, joins the play. He'll throw it to the far corner, and Wichita picks it off. They skate around their net. They get over to Jay Dickman, who feeds it across. I think Dickman was the league rookie of the year 2 years ago. Puck goes back to Dickman, who gains the line. Skates towards the right circle. Dickman gets around Aaron Tho, now around Utah's net. Dickman's now to the left side as he'll skate towards his right. He'll chip it to get Connor Walters. He'll take a righty shot, and it's blocked out in front of Minor. As Bryson Martin over in the corner trying to get it to Simeone. Puck didn't get very far. As Gavin Gould over in the corner, he collides with a Grizzly. As Wichita trying to get it back towards Gould, he wasn't looking as puck glided towards the far corner. Though skates around Minor's net. They'll feed it to the near side for Martin, who moves it ahead. Ice can be a little bit choppy at times in Wichita. Simeone gains center ice, tried to dump it in. It's picked off by Walters at the Wichita blue line. As the Thunder will chip it ahead towards the right side and couldn't reach it was Cameron Huff, who's 6'2", 181 pounds. Grizzlies airmail it deep in the Wichita zone. Grizzlies chase after it as Fitz collides with Kyle Rhodes. As now Cameron Wright skates along the near goal line, takes a shot. Saved by Kappelmaster on the right side. Wright with a shot. And saved by Kappelmaster as Wright took the shot from 2 knees. As Raby towards the right side, throws it up top. Grizzlies fire a shot that goes wide as it ricochets off the end boards. Now Shearer centers it from the left wing. It kicks off a Grizzlies skate. Now Wright gets knocked down in the slot. Puck still in the slot. Raby skates towards the left circle. Drops it off. Wichita picks it off as the Thunder will throw it out to center ice. It's regathered by Utah. Looks like the referee has spotted a penalty at neutral ice. Who's it going to be on? As well, I couldn't see the official signal as to what the penalty was. It looks like somebody's going to the box. We're not sure who it's on, though. Is it going to be a penalty kill or a power play for the Grizzlies? Anyway, somebody's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's best DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. Looks like there's a timeout on the ice. We're back in 30 seconds. We'll find out who's on a power play when we return. No score at INTRUST Bank Arena on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Well, bad news, Grizzlies fans. It's James Scher, who's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of penalty, 14-21 into the contest. There's 5:39 left in the first period. Wichita wins the draw. Still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Thunder 10-3. Thunder up top. Cole McDonald will feed it to the right side. Now lefty shot save. Rebound shot goes wide. Now Wichita kicks it out in front. Shot. There's about 5 guys in the crease. Wichita lefty shot saved by Minor. Rebound goes out towards the far boards. Utah delivers a hit, and that's Tyler Penner. Puck glides towards the right side as Wichita, number 12, Peter Bates, will skate towards the left side. Now left circle, lefty shot goes wide. Puck glides along the near boards. Kept in by McDonald. He'll skate towards his left. Now feed it back to Bates on the right side. Bates will skate towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Minor. Jake Dickman was out in front of the net trying to redirect it, but Minor makes the save cleanly as there's still no score. Wichita's in the middle of their first power play of the game.
Yeah, Tyson, great sequence there for Trent Minor. He's only seen 3 shots up to that point. You just saw a flurry there, and he stood on his head. I like what I've seen so far.
Quinn Preston will take the draw against Keaton Jamison. Wichita is number 1 in the league on power play percentage at home at 28.6%. And they're at home this week as the Thunder win the draw. Over to the right corner, they get hit. Jamison in the area, but Wichita still has the puck. Peter Bates feeds the right circle. Quinn Preston couldn't hold on. Grizzlies clear it out. Utah, 4 shorthanded goals this season. Right point, they look to center it. Shot goes wide. I don't know if Cam Strong ever got the puck as he was cutting towards the middle. Thunder come back the other way, 3-on-2. They'll feed over to Quinn Preston. He'll take a righty shot, and it goes wide. As a puck towards the right corner, Cam Strong in the area. He gets taken away. Aaron Tho over there as well. Grizzlies in the white jerseys tonight. As Keaton Jamison will throw it to the left point. Wichita keeps it in. As they skate from left to right here in the first period. Thunder towards the far goal line. Skates around the net. As Wichita now to the right side. Drops off for Quinn Preston, the Ohio State Buckeye. He'll skate towards the left side. Throws it to the left side just outside the circle. One-timer goes wide. Puck glides off the end boards. Jay Dickman battles. It goes towards the far side. As now another battle along the boards. And the puck goes back to the left point. Wichita feeds the far goal line. Now they get down the middle. Shot saved by Minor on a lefty blast. And that was taken by Patrick Bates, who gets the puck. Make that Peter Bates. Patrick Bates was a former football player. Wichita feeds to the right side. Righty shot, and they score. And the lights go flickering on and off. I think that's Quinn Preston, who scores his 19th of the season. Looks like a power play tally as the Thunder have drawn first blood tonight here late in the first period. As Quinn Preston skates towards the Wichita bench and high fives everybody. As the Thunder in their Star Wars specialty jerseys have drawn first blood tonight. As the Thunder had the puck behind the net, then they fed it to the right side to Preston near the goal line. Preston with a one-timer went top shelf. That was a pretty good power play as Jake Dickman's going to get an assist. And Quinn Preston, he's looked impressive in the first period with his speed and now his shot-making ability.
Yeah, Tyson, he has. And that penalty kill for the Grizzlies, they were doing a lot of really good things, but it seemed like all the momentum shifted in the Thunder's favor, and they were able to capitalize on it. 1-0 game.
Preston with the goal, the assist to Jay Dickman and Mikkel Stenell. As it's late in the first period, Grizzlies neutral ice will dump a blue line to blue line pass to Cameron Wright. Now Pfizer feeds it towards the middle. Bouncing puck gets carried back towards the corner. Now Martin up top left point. As Bryson Martin skates towards the left circle, he's all alone. Takes a shot that goes wide. Campbellmaster in net for Wichita. Puck behind the Thunder net. As Grizzly gets hit in the back, no call. 2 referees, 2 linesmen. As the Thunder carry it out to center ice. Now the Thunder gain the center red line and dump it in. That was number 44, Dominic Dockery, 6'2 defenseman. As Martin back in the near side late in the first period, chips it ahead. And Jake Wallen was chasing after it. Grizzlies poke it into Thunder territory. Wichita gathers it as Connor Walter, 7 assists this season, skates towards the far side. Now Wichita feeds to center ice. 2-on-3. Thunder gained the line. They stop on the right point. As Gavin Gould from the right point will bounce it off the end wall. Grizzlies throw it out to center ice as Fitz with a right wing pass looking for the Rooster Martell. He couldn't accept it. Wichita skates back deeper in their own zone. Now they'll feed it towards the far side. Grizzlies get blasted in the right point. Play starting to get physical. As Wichita neutralized, so moving out to center. Grizzlies gather it. Dylan Fitz will chip it off the boards. Fitz blows a tire as goes back to Raby. Raby skates towards the left point. Make that Simeone. Simeone to the right side. Throws to the left point. Grizzlies skate towards the circle, and it's Kyle Pouncey. Throws to the corner. He gets his own pass as he collides with the boards as Mark Lewinsky in the area. Now the Grizzlies left wing centering pass, and it goes wide as Utah couldn't get the shot off as it looked like Jared Power was cutting towards the net. As Wichita gains center ice, now they step over the line. Left wing shot. Kick saved by Minor. Rebound goes to Dylan Fitz, will chip it off the near wing boards, goes back to the right point, and Zach Hoffman with the righty shot, and it's blocked about 10 feet in front of Minor. Now down the middle, Peter Bates goes down, and the Grizzlies throw it out to center here late in the first period. Wichita chips it ahead. Unfortunately, we don't have the time left in the first period, and it looks like the Thunder enter the zone, but they're offside as we get a whistle here late in the first period. There's Trent Minor over there, so is Cameron Wright, who pushed a Thunder skater. Even though the Grizzlies do lead the shot count, looks like there's about a minute and a half left in the first period. The Grizzlies once had a 10-2 edge in shots, and now it's 10-8. So Wichita's taken the last 6 shots, including the power play goal that was scored 16-19 into the first.
Yeah, Tyson, I think that started with the power play for Wichita. It just totally shifted all the momentum in Wichita's favor, and they were able to capitalize on it.
Late in the first period, Grizzlies win the draw. They throw it out to center ice. And Wright looked like he got a piece of it. No icing as the puck glides along the end wall. As now it's on the near side as Wichita moves ahead. Aaron Tho chases after it. He gets it at the Wichita center ice logo. Now losing the puck is Cameron Wright. Now stepping in is Quinn Preston. They'll throw it to the right side. They try to drop it off for Bates. Now Kyle Rhodes with a righty shot. Glove saved by Minor. And Trent holds on here late in the first period. As now it's 10-9 in the shot count. Wichita's taken the last 7 shots on goal. Kyle Rhodes looks pretty good in the specialty jersey. He's sporting long hair. He's played against the Grizzlies before. He was a member of the Tulsa Oilers and the Rapid City Rush, so he's been in the Mountain Division for a few years now. Quinn Preston will take the draw against Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. Penner's second full season in the ECHL. He played his college hockey at Colgate University, spent a year in the SPHL 2 years ago. Grizzlies win the draw. They move it into the Thunder zone. Now down the middle. Fitz with a backhand shot saved by Kappelmaster, who's made the rounds in professional hockey as it goes back to the right side as Dylan Fitz centers it to Penner. Will take a righty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Great look by Penner. Kappelmaster's looked good in the first period. As off the screen, right side, Wichita in the corner. They collide with Fitz. It's been a very physical first period. Only 1 penalty, though, and it's been on Utah. Late in the first period, Wichita crosses center ice, and they'll chip it in from the left wing. Minor behind his net plays it. They'll throw it along the near wing boards. This goes back to Wichita, who throws it back into the offensive corner. Martin has a glance off his stick. Gavin Gould skates around the net. Now he's to the left side. Lefty shot saved by Minor. As Shearer loses the puck, he goes down. Quinn Preston gets hit by Penner. Shearer gets over there, tries to get the puck as it squirts towards the left point. Wichita feeds the far goal line. Now behind the net, Gavin Gould, the former Allen American. He gets hit from behind by Shearer and loses the puck. Grizzlies will chip it out to center ice. The pass doesn't connect. As it looks like the arm is raised by the linesman, and icing is on the Grizzlies. And I got to imagine there's not much time left in the first period. In fact, it looks like the first period is over. As the horn sounds, I can't hear the horn. Don't see the score bug. But we do know that Wichita does lead 1-0 as they scored a power play tally late in the first. Time of goal, 16-19 in. It's Quinn Preston getting his 19th of the year. The assist to Jay Dickman. It's his 30th assist of the season. And Mikkel Stenell gets his 36th assist of the year. And that's why Wichita's power play has been so dominant at home. It's because they've got 3 forwards like that who have really contributed heavily to the Wichita success earlier this season. Well, it's a big game for both teams as Wichita is tied for second in the Mountain Division with 56 points. And the Grizzlies right now in 5th place with 49 points. 4 points behind Allen for 4th place. Allen does not play tonight. They are hosting Rapid City tomorrow. Another big game in the Mountain Division, Idaho and Kansas City. That game's about after 1 period as well. When we come back, we'll try to recap the first period the best we can. And we will also talk about that Idaho-Kansas City game and how it involves the Mountain Division standings and really what kind of an impact that has on the Thunder as well. We're through one period. The biggest highlight is we saw a rat on the ice, and we also saw a bird flying around INTRUST Bank Arena. Thank goodness, based on the technical difficulties, that we're able to have a first period that we were able to see as Wichita leads 1-0. We're back in 2 minutes with the intermission report presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
First intermission over at INTRUST Bank Arena. The Thunder lead 1-0 as Quinn Preston scored a power play goal, 16-19, and it looked like we saw a bird flying in INTRUST Bank Arena. Looked like towards the upper deck. And we also, we believe, saw a rat on the ice at some point during the first half of the first period. I'm just happy we made it on the air, as we lost video about 5 minutes before face-off, and there was a real concern. And then we saw some action somewhere in maybe the first minute or maybe first 2 minutes of play. We don't have a score bug, so it's hard for us to tell how much time's left in the period. We do know Wichita does lead 1-0, but it's been a very, very strange first period. We're just happy we're able to see the first 20 minutes of play. Or did we? We're not sure just exactly when we were able to finally get video. But, Guy, it's one of those nights where you're learning a lot about the difficulties that can happen during a broadcast when things don't necessarily go all that smoothly. As for what happened on the ice, outside of that power play goal, it seemed like a pretty evenly played first period.
Yeah, Tyson, it was. And I think the interesting thing is that the Grizzlies came out, had the advantage in the shot count by a wide margin. You mentioned 10-2 at one point. Now it's 12-11 in favor of the Grizzlies. But I mean, the Grizzlies were doing everything right in the first maybe 15 minutes or so of this period up until that penalty was called. They were doing all the things that we said they needed to do. They needed to come out, play with energy. They were doing that. They were getting shots on Kappelmaster. Taryn Pfizer looked great. They did everything except for get a goal. And I think that's tough if you're the Grizzlies, because they really were out on their A game and they don't get the first goal. Instead, it's just a penalty, and all the momentum changes right into the hands of the Wichita Thunder. And they were able to capitalize on getting that power play goal. And ever since then, it really took that momentum and ran with it. And so now here we are on almost even shot count. But I like the way that the Grizzlies came out and played in that first period. If they can take the way that they played for the first 3 quarters or so of that period, the remainder of the game, I like their chances to win a lot.
We hear from somebody that's in Wichita that it wasn't a rat, but it was actually a bat. Unless that was somebody with a typo and said it was a rat and tried to spell rat and instead came up with bat. So it's either a rat or a bat that was on the ice there early in the first period. Now, as for what we saw in the game, as you mentioned, the Grizzlies at one point had a 10-2 shot edge, and then Wichita, rallied a little bit later in the second half of the first period. they're without Braden Watts, who's one of their best forwards and one of the best forwards in the league, and he's really done a number this season. He's got 53 points in 40 games. He's out with a middle body injury, and so Wichita's power play has really struggled over the last month as a result of that. But really, when you get on the power play, that's where Wichita is able to utilize their best forwards, and I don't think it's any surprise that maybe the three best forwards that are on the ice for them tonight are the ones that combine for their power play goal.
Yeah, Tyson, I would agree with that. That seems to be their energy guys. They're really their leading scorers. And I think Dickman has been really noticeable in this game. I think that he's had a really solid first period. So did Stenell. But Preston, you mentioned it earlier during play, his speed, man. He was coming down the sideline. I think he juked out Fitz. And the boards. He really juked out Fitz. But, I mean, this guy's got a lot of speed, and he really earned that goal. He used his speed on that goal, and I think that's just one where Trent Miner, it just didn't leave a lot of room along the post, was kind of going post to post, and he was just able to squeak that one by. But that's a guy to watch out for if you're the Grizzlies, is just know where these guys are on the ice at all times.
Be interesting to see if the Grizzlies ever get on a power play, and really is going to be quarterbacking the power play. Could it be Zach Secos quarterbacking it, or is it going to be a defenseman like Aaron Tho or Bryson Martin, somebody like that, maybe James Shearer? It'll be interesting to see which defenseman is going to be out when the Grizzlies finally get on a power play. Utah was 4 for 15 on the power play in the 3-game series against Allen, but the Grizzlies' penalty kill was just 5 for 10 in the 3-game set against Allen, and unfortunately, they're 0 for 1 here through one period tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the second. But, Guy, did you hear the news? The Stanley Cup's going to be here at Maverick Center. That's right. Lord Stanley will be at Maverick Center 8 days from now, March 11th. And if you saw the Dash Auction app, those things sold out in a hurry, as everybody wants to get a picture with the Stanley Cup. It's going to be here Saturday. Now, if you just have a ticket to the game, I think there's a way to see the Stanley Cup. Now, I got to imagine the over-under on the number of pictures of that Stanley Cup on Saturday is going to be astronomical. It's going to be here on Saturday, March 11th, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I know there's some names there I want to see on that Stanley Cup. I want to see what the Colorado Avalanche look like, last year's champions. You being a Pittsburgh Penguins guy, I'm sure you want to see Crosby, Malkin, and see what those look like on the Stanley Cup. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this thing looks like in person, because just in the pictures and just what you see on TV, it looks like a spectacular trophy.
Yeah, Tyson, I mean, I've never seen it in person, but I think the pictures don't do it justice. I mean, we see it on the ice. We see it on TV when guys hoist it. It's a big trophy. I think it's a big thing. And so I really wonder how big it is when you're standing right next to it, and to see all the names. I mean, some of the things that the guys do with that cup after they win it. I mean, Phil Kessel put a bunch of hot dogs in that thing and took it out on the golf course. I mean, we hear about guys, eating cereal out of it. Alex Ovechkin slept with it. That thing fell in Mario Lemieux's pool. I mean, so many things have happened to that cup. And so just to be right next to it, man, that's got to be a heck of an experience.
It's probably been dented in multiple nightclubs. If that Stanley Cup could talk, if that thing could talk, the stories they would have would be amazing.
Well, think about it. Nicolas Aubé-Kubel, he dropped it last year. He dented it.
Yeah.
And they had to go and fix it. So I want to see what the repairs on that thing look like. Just, wow. I mean, it's got to be once-in-a-lifetime experience for sure.
So the Grizzlies trail 1-0 against the Wichita Thunder. That's going to be on Saturday, March 11th. The Stanley Cup will be here. I know that even though things are sold out on the Dash Auction app, I do not think there's going to be a couple hours where season ticket holders can be with the cup. I think it's going to be from 2:15 to 4:45, something like that Saturday. And if you just have a ticket to the game, remember, just come on down here. I think you can still take a picture with the Stanley Cup. I think it's going to be around all day, and that's going to be really something that, how often is the cup in town? Maybe once a decade. I remember Trevor Lewis when he won it with the Kings. He brought it about a decade ago. But, the Stanley Cup is going to be here at Maverick Center. That's certainly going to be fun. Obviously, we got a couple Calder Cups over behind us. Actually, it's not the Calder Cup. It's the Turner Cup, as in the old IHL, the Grizzlies won in 1995 and in 96. It'll be fun to see Lord Stanley here 8 days from now at Maverick Center.
Yeah, Tyson, it's going to be very cool. I'm very excited for it. And like you said before, come on down to Maverick Center. Even if you just have the ticket, you might get a chance to see Lord Stanley's Cup. And, hey, that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Wichita leads 1-0, first intermission. We have no clue when the second period is going to start. It's 18 minutes after the end of the first period, but we don't have a score bug, so the timing could be a little bit off. But, hey, it is what it is. Now, for the second period, the Grizzlies need to play better than they did the last two games. Wichita traditionally has been a pretty good second period club. In fact, Wichita has outscored opponents 64-63 in the second. And really, outside of a few rough games here in the month of February, the Grizzlies have been a good second period club as well. I think when you get Zach Sekos and Cameron Wright back, it looked like they made an impact in the first period production. You see Dakota Raby continue to fly around. Watch out for Raby in the second period. He was outstanding in the Allen series, and in particular in the second periods. I could see Dakota Raby's speed making an impact for the Grizzlies here in the middle frame.
Yeah, Tyson, and remember, Dakota Raby, he's on a 7-game point streak. So if he doesn't get a point here today, that snaps. And so I think that's big motivation for him, not only to win the game, but also to keep that point streak going where he's got 4 goals and 5 assists. He's been fantastic. And I think you're right. If there's a guy that's going to lead the charge, I think it's going to be Dakota Raby. But I also look at guys like Cameron Wright and Zach Sekos. These guys have been the Grizzlies' money guys when they've been in the lineup all season long. I think Cameron Wright's going to be a big factor here.
So Wichita 1 for 1 on the power play. Utah's yet to go on one. James Shearer got a slashing minor, 14-21 in. And how about this? With just 2 seconds left in the power play, that's when Wichita scored. Quinn Preston scored from the right side on a one-timer near the goal line. Jake Dickman and Mikkel Stenell with the assist. Dickman with the main assist. He was behind the goal line, just fed it behind the net to Quinn Preston. It was a really good pass by Dickman. I can't remember if he actually won the award 2 years ago as the league's rookie of the year, or if he just should have won the award for it, because he was outstanding for Wichita a couple years ago. And I think it's his 3rd season with the Thunder, as he's been an outstanding player for them for years. It looks like they've got a race where they got a few bananas running around the ice. That looks pretty safe out there. I think for the Grizzlies, especially the Grizzlies, they're experiencing INTRUST Bank Arena for the first time. The ice surface in particular can be really choppy and play slow. So the Grizzlies are just going to have to be assertive with their passes, because the ice surface there can play some tricks on teams.
Yeah, Tyson, I think the Grizzlies, for, like I said, the first 3 out of 4 quarters of that period, they did really good at doing that. I mean, I really like their zone entries. I like the momentum that they were playing with. They were using every inch of the ice. They just did everything but get a goal. And so I think that for the second period, they need to just come out and take that same energy and convert it into that period, because the thing we saw against Allen, the Grizzlies did not do that. They did not have a solid 40 minutes after the first 20. So Grizzlies need to just go out, play their style of game. They were winning races to the pucks. They were winning those battles along the boards. They were doing everything right. They just didn't get that goal, and that can be discouraging. But the Grizzlies just need to go out, keep their heads up, and get that next one.
Utah outshot Wichita 12-11 in the first period. Tyler Penner led the Grizzlies with 4 shots. Taryn Fizer had 2, and then 6 other Grizzlies had 1 shot. For Wichita, Quinn Preston had 4 shots to lead their club, including the goal late in the first period. Then 7 other Thunder skaters had 1 shot on goal. When we come back, we'll talk about the Mountain Division standings and how it impacts both teams, how this weekend impacts both teams. We'll also go over some scores from around the league. First intermission over at INTRUST Bank Arena. The Thunder lead the Grizzlies 1-0. I'm Tyson with Guy Chiarenza, hanging out here at the lobby of Mavericks Center. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
Well, welcome back. We're at Mavericks Center. The Grizzlies are over at INTRUST Bank Arena. Hopefully you're sticking with us on Flow Sports. Apparently there's some big-time technical difficulties going on. We had a tough time getting on with our broadcast as well, but we'll see what happens here tonight. Guy, let's go over some of the scores from around the league. First intermission, Kansas City leads Idaho 2-1, and that's certainly big for both teams, as Kansas City is right now tied for second with Wichita. Both teams have 56 standings points on the season. Idaho's in first place. They've got 85 points. First intermission, Kansas City leads Idaho 2-1, and the Grizzlies are obviously watching the Mavericks because, don't forget, Kansas City is going to be the Grizzlies' opponent next week for a 3-game series here at Mavericks Center. Other scores from around the league: Cincinnati leads Iowa 2-0. That game with 5 minutes left in the second period. Second intermission, Worcester leads Newfoundland 3-1. Also, after 2 periods, South Carolina leads Atlanta 7-1. Just entering the third period, Greenville and Norfolk are tied at 4. Trois-Rivières leads Reading 5. Actually, that game is now tied at 5. They have now started play in the third period. Trois-Rivières and Reading are tied at 5. After 2 periods, Orlando leads Florida 3-2. 5 minutes into the third, Tulsa leads Kalamazoo 2-1. After 2 periods, Adirondack leads Jacksonville 3-2. And it's also a 3-2 score after 2 periods. Indy leads Wheeling. Well, Guy, what do the Grizzlies need to do here in the second period to take control of this game?
Tyson, they just go out with that same energy that they started the game with. I think they need to come into this period with the mindset that, hey, we're down 1-0, but we played really well in the first period. Let's take that and just go right back at it again. I really like what they were doing offensively in the first 15 minutes. They were really taking it to Kapellmeister. Keep driving to the net. See if you can draw a penalty. You've been talking about that power play. We haven't seen it so far tonight. And so I wonder if the Grizzlies can get their power play going, they could win this game.
So we're about to start the second period here soon, as Wichita leads 1-0. Now, the Grizzlies need to be a come-from-behind team. Remember, the Grizzlies, on a couple of occasions, really have made good comeback attempts. Last week, remember, against Orlando in the final game of the previous road trip, overcoming a 4-1 deficit to pick up a standing point. And the Grizzlies also had a pretty good second period against Allen in one of the games last week, if I remember right. But really, when you think about Trent Miner and net, he's stopped 10 of 11. Really, for the Grizzlies, they just have to find a way to work hard and see if they can generate some power plays. The Grizzlies' power play has been pretty good, but they haven't generated, I think, enough power play opportunities. I think that some of it's the officials who look like they're letting them play. I mean, Wichita's a team that will rack up penalty minutes, and so I think for the Grizzlies, can they find a way to rack up a lot of shots and power play opportunities here in the second period?
Yeah, Tyson, I think that's going to be key. I think taking shots, while that isn't usually a big part of the Grizzlies game, usually they don't take a lot of shots. I think here tonight, that's going to have to be the case where they go out and they take a lot of shots to Kapellmeister. But you talk about drawing penalties. This is a Grizzlies team that's very speedy. I think if they use their speed correctly and they drive to the net, try and catch guys off guard, you can maybe draw a hooking penalty, maybe slashing on some cases, maybe a high stick, whatever it may be. This is a team that uses their speed really well. Go out and use it.
It's kind of odd considering it's March 3rd. That's the first meeting between the Grizzlies and Thunder this season. Utah was 5-0 against Wichita last year. The Grizzlies have really had a lot of success against Wichita in years past, and really a lot of it is their speed. The Grizzlies can utilize their speed. I mean, Wichita does look like they're one of the bigger teams that the Grizzlies will face this season. But I think for the Grizzlies, turn it into an end-to-end game and see if you can challenge and test that Wichita speed.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think what we saw in the first 15 minutes of the period was that Wichita was on their heels. And you talk about them being a big team. You talk about their defense being a really big defense core. I wonder if the Grizzlies kind of had them on their heels because they were just bigger, a little bit slower than the Grizzlies. Use your speed to your advantage for the Grizzlies. And I think that starts with a guy like Dakota Raby and Cameron Wright. These guys are phenomenal at using their speed.
Exceptional, I think was the word you're going with.
Phenomenal. I don't know. It's both. It's everything. It's all at once. They're just really good at what they do. So just play to your strengths. Use your speed here.
Utah was 0 for 1 on the penalty kill in the first period, but the Grizzlies do have a successful penalty kill. Remember, this season, successful penalty kills are brought to you by Utah Disaster Cleanup. UDK is the #1 provider of disaster cleanup services in Utah. Since 1974, we've been there for customers when they need us the most. Well, the second period's got to be starting here shortly over at INTRUST Bank Arena. Both teams have been pretty good in the second periods this season. For the Grizzlies, can they find a way, one, to tie the game and see if they can pick up a lead after 40 minutes? The Grizzlies are 18-1 when leading after 2 periods this year. Well, both teams will have tomorrow off. Don't forget the next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be on Sunday afternoon. 3:05 face-off in the Mountain Time Zone. Pre-game coverage will be at 2:45. And hopefully we'll have second period action here shortly. It's Star Wars night over at INTRUST Bank Arena. The Thunder are wearing specialty jerseys, and the Grizzlies this weekend are going to be wearing white.
Yeah, Tyson, I do like those specialty jerseys that the Thunder are wearing tonight. Those are pretty cool, but not as cool as this one that I'm wearing right now. I see you've got one here too. I'll stand up so people can take a look at this on the YouTube side of things.
On the YouTube side, it's the Grizzlies military jerseys that they're going to be wearing on March 24th as they take on the Cincinnati Cyclones. And that's the jersey right there. That's a really sharp look. It looks like guys going with number 6. It's got names on the bottom of the jersey. And it looks like it's black with professional green trim and a little bit of camouflage mixed in. That's a really sharp look. It looks like both teams are now heading towards the ice. Looks like a little bit of a delay here to start the second period, as I think we've had intermission coverage for a good 20 minutes. As Wichita in their specialty jerseys. Now, remember, when we get to military night, these jerseys will be auctioned off on the Dash Auction app. Earlier today on the Dash Auction app, the Stanley Cup photo ops, boy, they went so quickly that, some more popped up, and those sold out within 20 minutes. Everybody wants to see the Stanley Cup here at Maverik Center. And don't forget, it's going to give me a fun 3-game series when the Kansas City Mavericks will be in town March 10th, 11th, and 12th. And the Stanley Cup will be here for the middle game of the series on Saturday, March 11th. And don't forget, Sunday, March 12th is going to be a 3:10 start. As both teams are on the ice, we'll have second period action here shortly. But, Guy, a lot of fun stuff happening here at Maverik Center in the month of March.
Yeah, Tyson, there is a lot of fun promotions going on here. And around that, we've got the Grizzlies trying to make a playoff push. I really expect the Grizzlies to start playing their best hockey this season here in March and April while they make that push for the playoffs. Remember, this is the team that won the Mountain Division last season. You don't want to follow that up with a missed playoffs the next year. So I really expect the Grizzlies to play hard here the next couple of weeks.
Grizzlies were outstanding in the month of January. In February, they were 4-6-2, but they also had a stretch where they had a standing point in 5 or 6 straight. So for the Grizzlies, they have looked good. In fact, I think it was a 6-game standing point streak in the month of February. I remember in the month of January, the Grizzlies had a record of 8-3-1. So we'll see if Utah bounces back here in the month of March. A lot of fun stuff, as you mentioned, happening at Maverik Center. It looks like a really good crowd over at INTRUST Bank Arena. Just I say that, it looks like the screen starts flickering on and off. Looks like they're going to have a Minute of Madness where everybody's going to make a ton of noise over there. Don't forget that Saturday, March 11th, the Stanley Cup will obviously be here in its affiliate night, as the Grizzlies NHL affiliate won the Stanley Cup last season, the Colorado Avalanche. Draw is going to be at center ice. Zach Sekos will take it against Quinn Preston. Grizzlies skating from our left to our right as we see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Wichita wins the draw. It goes back to center ice. Kyle Pouncey, the former Thunder skater, crosses center ice and dumps it in. Wichita towards the far side will chip it out to center. It goes to Quinn Preston, who's got great speed. Grizzlies poke it back to center ice. Now the Thunder drive it back in. Rolls towards Trent Miner. Now it's behind the net as the Grizzlies feed it to the near side as Cameron Wright gets around a skater. Wright feeds it to the middle for Raby, who drops off for Sekos. Left side takes a shot, and it's blocked as the Thunder thrown out to center ice as Wichita skates down the middle. They'll drop it off for Peter Bates. He loses it. Grizzlies throw it out towards center. Bates will bounce it off a skate. Wichita on the left point in the offensive zone. Mikkel Stenell from the left point dumps it towards the end wall. Grizzlies gather it. James Shearer to the far side will chip it ahead. Wichita picks it off. His action still in the Grizzlies zone, or in the Grizzlies zone over on the left side of the screen. Now towards the middle. Righty shot goes wide. That was taken by Zach Hoffman, number 6. Grizzlies cleared out to center. Cameron Wright in a foot race with a Thunder skater. No icing as Wright gets bounced off the end wall deep in the Thunder zone. Wright slow to get back to his feet as Wichita pushes Wright again. Wright gets back to his feet, centers at the Penner. Will take a righty shot, save, rebound shot, saved by Kappelmaster. Well, it looked like Penner from the slot took one shot. Puck rolled towards the left side for Fitz. Fitz took a shot, but Justin Kappelmaster looks like he's got his A game tonight as the Thunder still lead 1-0 here early in the second period. Grizzlies are getting some offensive zone time, and really that forward line, Fitz, Penner, and Pfizer, they've been on the brink of scoring a goal here. They had some good looks in the first period and a good look there early in the second.
Yeah, Tyson, they really have been on their A game. Unfortunately, Kappelmaster has also been on his A game. I think he's playing a game here tonight better than his stats reflect on the season.
Draw won by the Grizzlies from the far circles. It goes back to James Shearer. He'll skate towards the corner. Now Shearer around the net with an A on his sweater. He's now on the right side. Takes a shot that goes wide. Actually, it was Aaron Tho, number 28. Tho paired up with McDonald here in the second period. McDonald was paired up with James Shearer in the first frame. Puck towards the left point, which Tom pokes it back to center as Connor McDonald skates back into his own zone. Both captains are defensemen named McDonald. And the only difference is Wichita's McDonald has an A on the back of his sweater as the Thunder, or the Grizzlies from center ice dump it in, covered up by Kappelmaster. So draw is going to be in the Wichita zone. Cole McDonald spells his name M-A-C-D-O-N-A-L-D, whereas McDonald is M-C, capital D-O-N-A-L-D. Tyler Penner will take the draw. He's got Pfizer to his right and Fitz to his left. Up top is Aaron Tho and Connor McDonald. Grizzlies in the white jerseys with black numbers and professional green trim. Off the draw, the right side, fires a shot that gets blocked. Now Tho from the left side fires a shot that gets blocked. As was blocked, I believe, in the left circle. Grizzlies around the net as Fitz feeds it back towards the left point as Tho gets it. Tho with a lefty pass that goes around the boards behind the net. Fits the left side, trying to kick it out in front to Pfizer. Diving to keep it in as Tho as the puck squirted towards the slot. Now Pfizer feeds it down the middle for Penner. Shot saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to Wichita. Thunder throw it out to center ice. Grizzlies back defensively. Jay Dickman dumps it in. He was a runner-up for the Rookie of the Year a couple years ago, but didn't actually win it. He had my vote, though. Wichita looks to center. It kicks off a Grizzly stick. Rolls towards the near side. And the screen froze as... Now the screen froze. Now action in the Wichita zone. Utah overskates the puck. As we're early on in the second period, Thunder lead 1-0. As the Thunder gain center ice and dump it in, Wichita makes a line change. Grizzlies around the net. As skating towards the near side is Connor McDonald. He gets it taken away. Over to the left circle. Wichita shot. Save. Rebound goes to the left side. And now it goes back to number 44, Dominic Dockery. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. And the Grizzlies cleared all the way to center. Arm is raised by the linesman. No icing, says the linesman. As Wichita skates from right to left here in the second period. They'll throw it out to center ice. As towards the boards, getting held up is Brett Van Oss, number 42. And now the puck squirts into the Thunder zone. Wichita goes D to D. Now they'll lift it out to center ice. Thunder will ricochet off the near boards. Thunder skates over towards the corner as they get the puck. Connor Walters gets blasted by Joey Kolatarsi. As the puck goes back to the Grizzlies on the far side. They move it ahead to Shearer. Now to Kolatarsi, who gets it to center ice as Grizzlies skate in. Power throws it to the left side. One-timer saved by Kappelmaster. As Jared Power was to the right side, threw it back to the left. Grizzlies had a one-timer, and it was saved by Kappelmaster. I think that was Keaton Jamison on the one-timer from the left circle. As Wichita still leads 1-0, Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Could have been the Roosters out there now with Christian Simeone and Taryn Pfizer. Simeone's taking the face-off. Bryson Martin and Kyle Pouncey are the defensive pairing. Offensive zone draw for the Grizzlies, who are looking for the opt-in first goal of the game. Wichita leads 1-0 on a power play goal late in the first period. Grizzlies win the draw. High slot. Simeone's shot's blocked. Thunder come back the other way. Wichita gains center ice 3-on-3. They step over the blue line. Unfortunately for them, somebody stepped over the line without the puck as they're called for offside. Now it's just a delayed offside. Grizzlies get it. Pouncey to center ice, gets it taken away by Peter Bates. He'll move it ahead. Now towards the middle. Simeone takes it away. He'll throw it to the far side as the Grizzlies cross center. Wichita got back defensively. Bryson Martin dumps it in. Now behind Wichita's net, it rolls towards the right corner as Jordan Martell trips up a Thunder skater, no call. Simeone in the right circle, skates towards the point. He'll feed it across left side as Aaron Tho skates towards the far boards, looks to center it. Martell couldn't handle it out in front. And the puck goes back to Wichita as the Thunder cross center ice. They lead 1-0. Austin Crosley skates towards the left circle, takes a shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes back to Wichita. They look to center it, and they fanned on a one-timer. As the puck goes back into the Thunder zone, Kappelmaster out of his net. Skates towards the near circle, and will give it to Zach Hoffman. Hoffman around the net as the Thunder will patiently start their approach. They'll feed it out to center ice, or an affiliate of the San Jose Sharks. Jake Dickman, left wing, lefty shot. Glove saved by Minor. And Trent holds on. As here early in the second period, Wichita still leads 1-0. It looks like the Thunder want to use that long-range passing game to get the puck from one blue line to the other.
Yeah, Tyson, it does seem that way. The Grizzlies defense needs to be aware of that. But going back to a few shifts ago, what a pass there by Power. Really kept his head up, feed across the ice, coast to coast. I really like what he's done so far in this game, and I think he might be a player to watch here.
According to the box score, looks like Tyler Penner's already up to 7 shots. The Grizzlies tonight, he had 4 in the first period. He's taken 3 here so far in the second. Wichita wins the draw. They skate towards the near corner now around the net. As Wichita feeds it to the right point. Now across, they were looking for Gould. He couldn't reach it. Now Gould skates over. He gets held up along the wall. Thunder trying to chip it out in front to Dickman. It glances off the stick and goes out to center ice. As Wichita will throw it back. Cole McDonald will feed it to Kyle Rhodes, who dumps it in. Grizzlies chase after it. As James Shearer gets it, no icing. Back towards Zach Sekos. Good to see him back in the lineup. Grizzlies trying to clear the zone. Wichita keeps it in right side. Puck bounced off a stick of Sekos. Now neutralized. Grizzlies cross center. Right wing pass to right. He feeds it across to Sekos, who skates towards the left circle. Take a lefty shot, and it goes wide. Now Wichita gathers it. As Gavin Gould crosses center ice. The former Allen American chips it in. As Minor behind the net plays it. and he'll give way to a defenseman. It's a Grizzlies skate from left to right. We're about 6 minutes into the second period. Thunder still lead 1-0. Now the Grizzlies start the attack. They skate down the middle. McDonald crosses center, and he'll dump it off the far wing boards. Grizzlies chase after it. Now it's deep in Wichita's zone. As the Thunder have the puck in their Star Wars-themed jerseys, they'll lift it out to center ice. It bounces to Tho. Tho will move it ahead towards the near wing boards at center ice. Puck bounced off a stick of the Thunder skater, rolls back to the Grizzlies zone. McDonald pitches it back to center. Fitz gathers it. He'll skate down the middle. Now he'll feed it to the left side for Tho. Tho with a lefty shot, and he scores. Well, Aaron Tho is out in front, so is Dylan Fitz. The Grizzlies tie it up. It looks like Aaron Tho, as he's skating to the bench first. Looks like Dylan Fitz is, as Tho skated towards the middle and took a shot. Fitz was in the area. I don't know if it's Tho or Fitz, but who cares? Grizzlies have tied it up at 1. Here about 6 minutes into the second period.
Well, Tyson, that was just one of those bang plays where nobody was really expecting Tho to take that shot or even score with that shot, but somehow it ends up in the back of the net, and here we are with the tie game.
So Grizzlies tied up. Tho was involved as he just skated down the middle, took a shot. Looked like Fitz was the one skating to the bench first. We'll see who gets the goal according to the off-ice officials. Wichita comes back, right wing shot, saved by Minor. Now the Thunder get it back, lefty shot, saved by Minor again. And he holds on as the Grizzlies have tied it up. And it's important to know who scored the goal because it's the Optum first goal of the game. Optum is putting you at the center of everything we do. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. When we come back in 30 seconds, we'll tell you who scored that goal as we're tied at 1. About 6.5 minutes into the second period on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back. We're tied at 1. It's Dylan Fitz getting his 14th of the year, with Aaron Tho and Tyler Penner getting the assist. Time of goal 6:20 into the second period. And boy, considering where Fitz was on the ice, that had to have been a really tough redirection on the shot from Tho, as Fitz was looking like he was getting boxed out by Wichita. And he must have just stuck a stick in the way and picked up the goal. So Dylan Fitz is the Optum first goal of the game scorer. Optum is creating a healthier world, one insight, one connection, and one person at a time. Draws in the Grizzlies zone as Wichita led 1-0 after 1, and the Grizzlies tied it up 6:20 into the second period. Grizzlies run out to the near side and throw it between the Wichita defenseman. Kappelmaster skates out of his crease and will lift it out to center ice. Grizzlies get it back. Pfizer near Utah's bench as he skates at neutral ice, gets around the center ice logo. Now feed it to the right side for Pouncey. Pouncey enters the zone. Right wing shot saved by Kappelmaster. As Kyle Pouncey, the former Wichita Thunder skater, returns home, and he didn't play that often with Wichita. He played in, I believe, 5 games at the end of the 2019-2020 season. And then actually it was 4 games in the 2019-2020 season before it got canceled. And then he played 1 game the following year in the 2020-21 campaign. Draw is going to be in the Wichita zone as Jamison will take the draw. And it's won by Wichita. Back in their own zone as the Thunder skate along the near wing boards. Now they'll pitch it out to center ice. Puck bounced off the stick of number 22, Mikkel Stenell. It's deep in the Grizzlies zone. Big time hit over in the far corner. Grizzlies get it, and they'll skate out to center ice. Skating over a triple team as losing the puck is Cam Strong. Strong from Billings, Montana. So feed it out to center ice as Wichita carries it into the zone. McDonald skates towards the left circle, take a shot, and it goes wide as went over the head of Trent Minor. As Wichita skates down the middle, they're in the offensive zone. Left point, they chip it across to Kyle Rhodes, take a righty shot, saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to the far side. Grizzlies get it. They'll throw it out to center ice. Jamison dumps it in. Cam Strong chases after it in the corner. Strong gets it, drops off for Jamison. Right wing shot, saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to the left side. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. Left wing shot, saved by Kappelmaster. Now it's on the right. Tho centers it, and it takes a shot, and he scores. Well, the Grizzlies were over on the right wing and just fired a low liner that goes past Justin Kappelmaster. And so Utah's taking a 2-1 lead. Looks like Aaron Tho will get the goal this time. As he skated towards the right side. Well, it looked like he tried to center it out in front to Jamison. I couldn't see if Jamison got a stick in there to poke it into the back of the net. So it's either Tho or it's Jamison. Either way, it looks like Aaron Tho's picked up his second point tonight, and the Grizzlies, just like that, have taken a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and Tyson, what a game for Aaron Tho. He's really having himself a night. I think that shot really caught Kapellmaster off guard. I don't know how that puck snuck in there, but great job by the Grizzlies to keep pushing the pressure. Now they have a 2-1 lead.
So the Grizz up by 2 unanswered here in the second period. Utah wins the draw. They'll throw it out to Tho. He's in the right wing. Tho centers it to the left side. Grizzlies with a righty shot. Saved by Kapellmaster. As Tho found Wright skating down the middle, and Tho was able to deliver a pass. Wright, who leads all league rookies in shots, took it, and Kapellmaster made the save. So it stays a 2-1 game, but as you just mentioned, Aaron Tho, there he is once again, getting the Grizzlies a good scoring chance, centering it to Wright.
Yeah, Tyson, and it's interesting because we talked about in the absence of Andrew Nielsen, who would step up. I didn't think it was going to be Aaron Tho, but here he is having himself a night.
This time it's going to be Keaton Jamison with the goal, with Tho and Power with the assist. That's Jared Power's first point as a pro. Now, they say it's Cam Strong, but I do think it was Aaron Tho, number 28, not 26 over there. As Grizzlies gained the line, they skeet towards Sekos. Either way, maybe it was Cam Strong. I don't know. These remote feeds are something else. As Sekos throws to Wright, who feeds it down the middle. Wright was on the right side looking for Raby out in front. Pass goes wide. Now left point. Grizzlies with a shot, and they score! Grizzlies with 3 unanswered here in the second period, as there was a shot taken from the left point. Cameron Wright extended his stick trying to redirect it, and it looks like the Grizzlies get back on the board again. Looked like Wright was cutting in front of the net trying to redirect it. Wright thinks he got a piece of it. I couldn't see who skated to the bench first, but hey, 3 goals, and hey, for the third time, we can't really tell from the first look who got it. That's good to see because the Grizzlies are getting traffic out in front of the net.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree, and I think what that tells us is the Grizzlies are doing a great job of getting tips out in front, screening Kapellmaster. They're doing a really good job of that, and they found out the weakness to the Kapellmaster.
So Grizzlies 3 goals in really about 2.5 minutes, maybe, as a 1-0 Wichita lead turns into a 3-1 Utah lead. Draw's going to be at center ice, taken by Tyler Penner. Penner's got at least 7 shots here so far for Utah. Wichita wins the faceoff. They'll dump it into the offensive zone as Penner chases after it, gets it to Bryson Martin. Martin moves it ahead. It goes towards neutral ice. Grizzlies right wing will chip it off the near boards as Connor McDonald gets it right wing shot, saved by Kapellmaster. Rebound rolls back towards the Wichita goaltender who covers up as he makes a save in a Star Wars specialty jersey. As the Grizzlies have scored 3 unanswered, and this time they say it's Aaron Tho. So Tho will get the goal. He now has 1 goal and 1 assist. Cameron Wright and Zach Sekos with the assists. So goals by Dylan Fitz, Keaton Jamison, and Aaron Tho. Utah leads 3-1 about halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes. As Wichita skates into the offensive zone after winning the faceoff. Right wing, they feed it across. They were looking for someone out in front, pass didn't connect. Mark Lewinsky was out in the area. Grizzlies carried out to center ice. Taryn Pfizer skates down the middle. He steps over the line, poked away by Wichita. Thunder gets it back. As Wichita crosses center ice 2-on-2. They skate towards the left circle. They drop it off towards the middle, and Utah picks it off. Good job by the Grizzlies as Taryn Pfizer throws it out to center ice looking for Fitz. He couldn't connect on it. Penner skates over there, and it looked like they thought about raising the arm for icing, and they blow the whistle as icing is on the Grizzlies. So 3 goals by Utah in a very short period of time. Dylan Fitz scored 6:20 in, with Tho and Penner getting the assist. Then Jamison scored 7:45 in. Strong and Jared Power with the assist. That's Power's first professional point. And then Aaron Tho, 8:26 in, gets his 3rd of the year. Wright and Sekos with the assist. Wright was up top trying to redirect it. So 3 goals in 2 minutes and 3 goals in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Utah leads 3-1 about halfway through. Puck goes out to center ice, and it looks like it lifts out of play as Utah's up 3-1. As Quinn Preston's being shown on the screen. Hey, we get a score bug. All right. It's 10:31 left in the second period. It's the little things in life that you learn to appreciate. Draws it neutral ice. Grizzlies win the faceoff. They skate from left to right as Kyle Pouncey will throw it out towards center ice looking for Cam Strong. Did he get a piece of it? Yes, says the linesman. It's towards the far side. Wichita will move it ahead. Grizzlies in the left point, fired towards the net, and it goes wide towards the right corner slowly. Wichita will chip it off the glass. It goes over the head of Kyle Pouncey. Chasing after it is James Schur as the arm is raised by one of the 2 linesmen tonight. And icing is on the Thunder. 10:10 left in the second period. Utah leads 3-1. But guy, big time development here. We now see the score bug.
Yeah, Tyson, it's been a crazy night. I mean, if we told you at this moment in time that we were having technical difficulties, missed about the first minute of the game, and the first thing we saw was a bird, and the next thing we saw was a bat, and now the Grizzlies, after being down 1-0, now scored 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I don't know if I would have believed you. It's been a heck of a night.
You never know what you're going to see in an ECHL game. As the Grizz win the draw, they're in the offensive zone. Cameron Wright skates towards the end boards. He gets the puck. He'll skate around the Wichita net. East to the right side. Wichita takes it away. Thunder skate from right to left as they're on 2 knees, and they'll lift it out to center. Wright was in the area. Sekos picks it off at the logo. Sekos will skate back into his own zone. Good to see him back. He's only played in 1 game in about 2 months. They'll feed it to the near side for Pouncey. Pouncey, who played in 5 games with Wichita earlier in his career, moves ahead to Raby, who skates down the middle, step over the blue line, drops off for right. He'll take a righty shot. It goes over the crossbar and out of and stays in play. Is went over the head of Justin Kappelmaster. Left side, Raby skates towards the point, trying to get away. Raby feeds it behind the net for Fitz. It bounced off his stick. Wichita will ricochet off the near boards, and it goes out to center ice. Aaron Tho chasing after it. Tho's got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight for Utah. As he'll move it ahead. Grizzlies enter the zone. They feed it to the right side for Martin. Martin will drop it off for Tho. Tho spins it off the boards on the right side, squirts towards the middle, and Utah keeps it in the zone. Grizz around the net as Cam Strong with great speed skates towards the left corner. As Strong loses the puck, goes back to Wichita along the far wall. As Strong holds him up, Raby looking for it. He gets it, tries to throw it to Tho, and it's picked off by Wichita. Thunder cross center ice to get over to Jake Dickman, who gets around Tho. Dickman still with the puck on the left side, takes a shot that's blocked by Jamison. Dickman still with it. He'll bounce it off of Raby. Grizzlies gather it. They'll throw it ahead looking for Jamison. Passes wide of the mark. Thunder moving out to center ice as Wichita overskates the puck at the Utah blue line. Now the Thunder skate in as they get bounced in the right point as Wichita throws it to the far corner. Bryson Martin spins along the wall. Dickman left point shot saved by Minor. Rebound. Wichita behind the net. They're trying to kick it to Dickman out in front. It bounced off a Grizzly stick. Goes back to the right point. Wichita feeds it behind the net as the Thunder skate towards the far side. Those shadowing. Wichita centers it. Now lefty shot. Saved by Minor. Creative passing by the Thunder. Got a good look out from the left side, but Minor makes the save. 8 minutes, 6 seconds are left in the second. Utah leads 3-1 as they scored 3 goals in a span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new Bean to Cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
I don't know if it was just me. I thought I felt an earthquake as Utah leads 3-1. There's 8 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second period. It might have just been something really big above us, guy, but didn't the place start to shake a little bit?
Yeah, Tyson, it did. It just started to rumble. I didn't know if it was the wind outside, whatever they had going on in Maverick Center. It's been a crazy day. Add a possible earthquake to the list.
If you felt something shake, let us know in the comments section on YouTube. This place shook for a good 10 seconds, I swear.
It did. No, I believe you. It was crazy. I mean, I had the headset on, so it was kind of muffled, but I still felt it. You had yours off. I know you felt it. It's strange, man.
Draws on the near side. It's been an odd game. The Grizzlies lead 3-1 as Wichita in the offensive zone skates around the Utah net. They feed it to the right side. Shot, and it's blocked. Grizzlies in their own end. They lead 3-1. They scored 3 goals in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. As the Thunder, Jake Wallen feeds it to the right side. Lefty shot goes wide. Puck glides along the near boards. Dylan Fitz gets it. Fitz has a point in 6 of his last 7 games. He'll move it ahead. And the puck goes deep in the Wichita zone. Taryn Pfizer beats everybody to the puck, so no icing. Pfizer gets held up in the far corner. As now it goes back to Utah, left wing. They feed it across. With the pass didn't connect. Wichita moves out to center ice. Grizzlies chasing after it deep in their own zone, and the arm is raised. Icing is on the Thunder. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the second period.
Well, Tyson, I really liked that the way the Grizzlies came out and played in this second period. The shot margin was only in favor of 1 for the Grizzlies, 12-11 after the first. Now I'm seeing from the off-ice officials in the ECHL app, now the Grizzlies have a 5-shot margin, 26-21. It was even greater at one point in the second period. They played fantastic here.
Draws won by the Grizzlies. They're in the offensive zone, leading 3-1. As Grizz over to the left point, trying to feed it towards the middle. Now the puck looks like it bounces out of play. 7:18 left in the second. As the Grizzlies have really done a good job, and I thought they did a really good job in the first period, kind of getting action in the offensive zone. It looks like the Grizzlies, it's not just the 3 goals they've scored, but it really feels like they're controlling the pace of this game.
Yeah, they are. They're really dictating the terms so far. And I think that's what you want to see if you're Coach Kanasowicz and Coach Pike, is the Grizzlies going out and dictating the terms and playing their style of game. This is a team that's got a lot of speed, and they're really using it, and they've got the Thunder on their heels now.
Draw won by the Grizzlies. Left wing shot saved by Kappelmaster. There's now 7:15 left in the second period. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Wichita scored late in the first period as Quinn Preston scored on the power play 16-19, and Dylan Fitz tied it up 6:20 into the second. Keaton Jamison 7:45 in gave Utah 2-1 lead, and Aaron Tho made it a 3-1 Utah lead as he scored 8:26 in. Grizzlies ran to the offensive zone. Simeone gets it to the Rooster right side. Rooster around the Wichita net. He's towards the left side as Martell, left point, fires a righty shot. Glove saved by Kappelmaster. As we get a whistle, we get a slash. Somebody's going to the penalty box with 6:57 left in the second. As Simeone was battling with the Wichita skater out in front of the net. And for the first time tonight, the Grizzlies are going on the power play as Wichita goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. It's Brett Van Oss, the big 6'2", 209-pound defenseman. He gets 2 minutes for slashing. Grizzlies' power play this season is an even 20%. Wichita's penalty kill, 82.6%. In fact, Wichita's power play and penalty kill have been dominant at home this season. At home, Wichita's penalty kill is third best in the league at 85.1%. Wichita wins the draw and try to clear it out. Grizzlies towards the far side, move it ahead. Now Wichita takes it away. Thunder have a breakaway. They skate down the middle. Jake Wallen makes a move to his left to take a shot, and he scores. And the Thunder get a shorthanded goal, and they've cut into the Grizzlies' lead. It's now 3-2. The Thunder get a shorthanded goal. They went top shelf on Minor. Looked like Trent was thinking they were going to go low. I think that's Jake Wallen, number 83. Wallen, the former Rapid City skater, has now joined the double-digit goal-scoring club for the Thunder. He gets his 10th goal of the season unassisted. It is Jake Wallen. And even though the Grizzlies are still on the power play for the next minute 48, it's another shorthanded goal allowed by Utah.
Yeah, Tyson, that's a tough break for the Grizzlies. You just got to be smarter with the puck. Shorthanded goals, those shouldn't happen. That's a tough bullet to swallow.
Grizzlies win the draw. Apparently, we were making things up with that earthquake because apparently nobody else felt it but us. Over towards the right corner, Cam Strong feeds up top for Bryson Martin. Martin ships it towards the left side. Grizzlies get it back towards the left side. Now back to Shearer. As Shearer will switch places with Bryson Martin. He'll feed it to the right side for Strong. Back to the left side for Martin. Martin drops it off for the left side as Martell skates towards his right, takes a shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to Strong. Strong around the net, feeds it to the left side. I think that's Shearer. Shearer, left side just outside the circle. He'll skate towards a point now. He'll veer off to the right. Shearer now on the right point, throws to Martell. Drops off for Martin. High slot shot, and it's blocked by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to Wichita near side, and they clear it out. 50 seconds left in the power play. It's for Utah's first power play of the game. Utah leads 3-2. Wichita scored a shorthanded goal with Jake Wallen. Up ahead, Martell gains the offensive line. He skates towards his left. Drops it off for Raby, and the Grizzlies lose it. Wichita clears it out. Grizzlies made a line change. Zach Sekos in the area. Trent Minor glides it along the near wing boards, goes back towards Jamison, who gets to Raby, who drops off for Cameron Wright. And Taron Pfizer. Pfizer gets the puck. He skates down the middle. He'll feed it back to Wright, who gains center ice. He'll throw it to his right for Sekos, who fanned on a pass. Wichita gets it and clears it back towards Minor. Minor skates towards the far circle, and he'll throw it across to Pfizer. 10 seconds left in the power play. As Sekos gains center ice, he'll throw a right wing pass off the boards. Thunder back in the right corner. Jamison skates over there, but Wichita clears it out. Brett Van Oss clears it and goes deep in the Grizzlies zone, or Van Oss is out of the penalty box. He gets the goal. Jay Dickman with the assist, and that was a couple minutes ago. As Wichita in the offensive zone near circle, they'll fire a lefty shot that's blocked. Puck rolls back towards the corner, taken by Raby, who feeds it to the far side. As Utah gets tripped up, Wichita in the area gets the puck. They'll skate along the far goal line. They'll take a lefty shot, saved by Minor. A lot of action out in front, and I'm surprised the call wasn't made. And after the whistle, Connor McDonald has somebody in a headlock. Connor McDonald has a Thunder skater in a headlock. Looks like it's number 20, Mark Lewinsky. That's one of those where, and looks like McDonald's starting to throw punches. He throws Lewinsky's helmet off. Now McDonald's helmet's off. As Lewinsky gets in a left, it looks like a linesman and referee has stepped in and breaking up Connor McDonald and Mark Lewinsky. That's one of those things that it looked like a potential penalty. Now Lewinsky still wants to go after McDonald. And looks like the referee's got McDonald and the linesman has Lewinsky. So those guys really heated at each other. Now Lewinsky has some words for McDonald, and the linesman says, penalty box this way. And Lewinsky kind of puts his arm and says, hey, get out of here, pal. Lewinsky's in the box, and I think McDonald's going to join him. Fans in Wichita love it. 4:33 left in the second as McDonald and Lewinsky getting about. Now another Thunder skater and Dakota Raby exchanging some words. I think that's Kelly Bent, number 19. Bent, the former Allen American. Looks like the referee's breaking up as I think away from the screen. Looked like Kelly Bent and Dakota Raby went after it. So play starting to get physical between these clubs.
Yeah, Tyson, it is. And it's interesting because this is the first meeting between these two teams. It's March 3rd, which is very late for two teams to meet for the first time this season, especially divisional opponents. And so I think we saw in that first period a little bit of a shortened feeling out process. Now these two teams are well acquainted with each other, and now they're starting to throw hands. Expect for the physicality to ramp up in this game, but also expect for special teams to play a factor, as we could potentially have some penalties and power plays to be handed out here.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. Utah leads 3-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Looks like Wichita's got a Grizzly fan that's staged. That is not a Grizzlies fan. I do not recognize that guy. I know that, sometimes Grizzlies fans will travel. I did see Deborah Burback in Wichita. If that's a Grizzlies fan, I would recognize him because you go to Grizzlies games often. That is somebody wearing a Grizzlies jersey that probably works in the Wichita Thunder ticket office. Well, there's penalties to be had. Connor McDonald for the Grizzlies and Mark Lewinsky. Looked like those guys got in a fight, and then Dakota Raby was in a kind of an argument with Kelly Bent. We're not sure who's in the box except for Lewinsky for Wichita and McDonald for the Grizzlies. We're trying to figure out if we felt an earthquake. In the first period, there was a bat laying on the ice, not a baseball bat, but an actual bat. There was a bird flying in INTRUST Bank Arena as well. Grizzlies scored 3 goals in a span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Wichita's got a shorthanded goal that was scored by Jake Wallen, 13-15 into the second with Jay Dickman getting the assist. We're trying to figure out if we felt an earthquake. Guy and I, we've seen some crazy stuff. We had some technical difficulties. What can you say about this game?
Words can't describe how this game is going for us. It's just been incredible. Some person in the YouTube chat did say that they felt the quake, so we're not crazy. Maybe it actually was an earthquake. Somebody says that maybe it was another belch like the one that we had in that game against Rapid City, that infamous moment. But, I mean, this night, it's just been crazy. I mean, the bird, the bat, the earthquake. I mean, now
maybe we don't know if it's an earthquake.
We have no idea.
I don't know.
It's unbelievable. It's one thing after another. But one thing I do know is this game is highly entertaining. 2 Mountain Division opponents squaring off.
Draw's going to be in the Thunder zone. Looks like Utah might be on a power play. Let's turn Pfizer to the right side. And so far towards the near goal line. Utah is on a power play. Centers to Jamison. Shot save. Rebound shot save by Kappelmaster. Raby throws it towards the right side. Looks like Utah's on a power play for the second time tonight. Pfizer feeds it across to right. He's on the left side. Good to see right back after missing 3 straight games. Towards the far goal line. Back to right. He'll take a righty shot, and it's blocked in front of Kappelmaster. Puck rolls back to the right side for Pfizer. He'll feed it to Raby on the right side. Up top for Sekos. Sekos take a lefty shot, and it goes wide. as somebody might have gotten a piece of it. Now Raby to the right side, feeds it across for Sekos. Passes wide of the mark as Sekos has to go back to the Utah blue line as the Grizz reset. Sekos skates down the middle with speed. Drops off to the right point for Raby. Back to Sekos, over to Raby. Utah leads 3-2. Back to Sekos. He's on the right side. He skates towards his left. Now back towards Raby, who's in the same area as right. Trying to get it back to Sekos, and it kicked off the skate of Jay Dickman and rolls back to the Utah blue line. Sekos moves ahead to Pfizer. Grizzlies reset as they step over the blue line. Cameron Wright to the right side near the corner, gets tripped up, no call. As the Grizzlies over in the left corner battle 2-on-2 with Wichita. Raby in the area as Grizzlies throw it up top for Sekos. He'll skate towards his right, the Clarkson University product. Back to the left side for Raby. Chips across to Pfizer. Take a righty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Wichita gets the rebound and they clear it out. Grizzlies will start to make a line change. So too will the Thunder. Trent Miner back in front of his net will drop it off for Bryson Martin. Make that Cam Strong across the center ice. Strong with great speed. He'll skate towards the right side. Strong skates in. Lefty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes towards the far side. As Kyle Rhodes battles, he delivers a hit on a Grizzly. As Wichita spins it towards the right point, Martin keeps it in. Back to Strong. He skates towards the right circle. Chips to the near goal line. Now back to Martin. He'll feed it across to Shearer. James wearing an A on his sweater. Back to Martin. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. As somebody's out of the box for Wichita's. We're back to 5-on-5 skating. I think that's Stenell. As Kappelmaster makes the save. And so Grizzlies did have some good looks on the power play, but didn't score. Utah still leads 3-2 late in the second period.
Yeah, Tyson, I really like what the Grizzlies were doing on that power play. They were moving the puck really well, taking some shots, but I really think losing Andrew Nielsen hurts, especially since he was such a focal point on that power play, where he would kind of station on the blue line at the top of the circles, and they kind of prep him up for that big shot. You don't have that here, but I really like what the Grizzlies were able to do minus his services.
Drop in the Wichita zones, won by the Thunder. They skate from right to left here in the second period. Wichita moves out to center ice, and Miner plays it behind his net. So throw it towards the far side. The puck looks like it exits play as it hits off the protective netting. And I don't think there's delay of game, as Wichita had Peter Bates over there trying to challenge Miner. Draw's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone. God, there's not too many people that said they felt an earthquake. My sister says she didn't, but hey, maybe we're crazy. I don't know. But Draw's going to be over in the far circle. I felt an earthquake. I know I did. As the puck goes towards the nearest side, Wichita skates around the net as they get blasted by Tho. Now the Thunder skate towards the right side. They get tripped up. No calls made as the Grizzlies gather it. They'll lift it high into the air. It goes out to center ice. Bounces at neutral ice. Wichita throws it back to the near side. Peter Bent delivers a hit on Aaron Tho. Simeone trying to locate the puck, and it gets taken away. As Mikkel Stenell drops it off as Wichita skates towards the left circle, a Grizzly goes down. Wichita over in the left corner, throws it back up top. Is dancing around is Brett Van Oss. He'll feed it back to the left circle. As Wichita throws it back to the right side. As Connor Walters throws it back to the right. Thunder get it back to Walters. He's on the left side. He'll feed it to the near goal line here late in the second period. Now back up top for Walters. He'll skate towards his right. He'll drop it off for Quinn Preston, who had a first period goal. Now to Bent. As he's on the left side, toe drag shot, and it's blocked by Shearer. And everybody stops skating as looks like high sticking is going to be the call. And the Grizzlies go into the penalty box. So Christian Simeone is going to get 2 minutes for high sticking here late in the second period. We have lost our score bug, so we're not sure how much time is left in the second period. Looks like there's 2 minutes and 13 seconds. As looked like Lewinsky and Connor McDonald each got 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. But it looked like Lewinsky got a double minor instead of McDonald, who just got the 2. That's why Utah had the power play. That was 15-27. And so we won't see the Grizzlies captain for about 10 minutes as him and Lewinsky got a misconduct, 10 minutes. As Wichita wins the draw, it's 3-2 Utah here late in the second period. There's about 2 minutes left as Wichita throws it back to the high slot for Cole McDonald. He'll feed it to the right side. Wichita back in the right as Peter Bates will throw it back over to Cole McDonald. Now back to the near side. Wichita tries to chip it out in front. Now it goes back to Bent. Make that Bates. As Bates skates towards his left. He'll drop it off to the left point. Wichita lefty shot saved by Miner. Rebound, Wichita will bounce it off a Miner from the near goal line and gets poked away. Grizzlies get it and clear it out. Good job by Keaton Jamison. It's Cole McDonald back behind his net. He's the Wichita captain. He'll skate to neutral ice. He'll feed a left wing pass over to Jay Dickman. Dickman enters the zone. He'll skate towards the left corner, stops, and he gets held up by a Grizzly. Now another Grizzly takes it, but Wichita keeps it in the zone. McDonald in the high slot feeds to the left side. Now back towards McDonald. That's picked off. Grizzlies potential 3-on-2. Pfizer, left side, gains the line. Pfizer looks to center it over towards right. Pass goes wide. Thunder come back the other way. They cross center as Dickman skates towards the left circle unimpeded. Dickman will take a lefty shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound. Grizzlies trying to clear it out. They do it to the right point, but not out of the zone. As Wichita centers it, and looking for it is Fitz. But the whistle blows. Make that Pfizer. Whistle blows. There's something out at center ice. Kind of odd they stopped the play there. There's Gavin Gould in the area. He'll skate towards the bench. You know what happened? Second period ended. And you gotta be kidding me. We don't see the clock. We're like, why play stop? Well, the second period's over.
Listen, I
think
we
played 40 minutes over at INTRUST Bank Arena. Grizzlies lead 3-2.
I think you got to give us the benefit of the doubt here today. We've experienced a lot of technical difficulties. We might be hallucinating. We might have felt an earthquake, although I felt it. That earthquake was real. For all we know, that bird is still in the arena and came and plucked away the score bug. We had an excellent 5 minutes with the score bug here in the second period. So it's been a lot of fun. Great game. And Grizzlies scored 3 unanswered, made it 3-1. It's 3-2 now, but it's been a fantastic game.
We've had fun nonetheless, as we're through 2 periods. Utah leads 3-2. They scored 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And when we come back, second intermission report, we will go over the scoring over the first 2 periods and how much time Wichita will be on the power play here to start the third period. Grizzlies have a record of 18-1 when leading after 2 periods, and they lead 3-2 over at INTRUST Bank Arena. As the Grizzlies looking for 2 standings points, they've got 49 on the season. We'll also give you an update on that Idaho-Kansas City game when we come back. Rio Tinto intermission report begins in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Well, second intermission. Utah leads 3-2. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. And sometimes when weird stuff happens, these remote broadcasts can become just a little bit extra. We thought we felt an earthquake. We're not sure if we did or not. Doesn't feel like anybody else did, but the place did shake for a good 10 seconds. But that's really the least of anybody's concern, as Wichita led 1-0 after 1 period. Quinn Preston scored 16-19 in. Jay Dickman and Mikkel Stenell with the assists. Wichita led 1-0 after 1 period. Utah did outshoot Wichita 12-11 in the first period. How about the Grizzlies in the second, though? 22 shots to Wichita's 15. And I think about the Grizzlies, they're a team that allows a lot of shots per game at just about 36, actually 35.3 shots per game, which I think is 26th in the league. Well, Wichita allows 37.5 shots per game. And so Utah already with 34 shots through 2 periods. Wichita had 15 in the second period, but Utah had 22. The Grizzlies scored 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Dylan Fitz got Utah on the board as he redirected an Aaron Tho shot. Tho was down the middle, and we're not sure how Fitz got a piece of it. It looked like it had been really a tough angle there for him to redirect it as he was battling with a Wichita player out in front. But Fitz gets the goal, his 14th of the year. He is the Optum first goal of the game scorer. Tho and Penner with the assist. Tyler Penner leads Utah with 8 shots here so far tonight. So Fitz's Optum first goal was scored 6:20 into the second period on a redirection from an Aaron Tho shot. That tied the score at 1. And then a minute and a half later, 7:45 in, Keaton Jamison got his 10th of the year as Strong and Power with the assist. And for Jared Power, that's his first professional point. He was a plus 12 over his last 2 seasons. Over in college, over in Canada, it was Mount Royal University where he majored in business. And in 42 games over a 2-year stretch, he had 5 goals and 15 assists. Jamison gets his 10th goal of the season. He joins the double-digit goal-scoring club. In fact, Jamison is now the 6th different Grizzly player, the 7th different Grizzlies player to score 10 or more goals this season. Taryn Pfizer and Cameron Ryder each time for the club lead with 18 goals. Dylan Fitz now with 14 after a second period tally. Brandon Cutler, Dakota Raby, Johnny Walker, and now Keaton Jamison each have 10 goals this season. Jamison right now gets Utah's second goals. He scored 7:45 into the second. Less than a minute later, Aaron Tho gets on the board as he scored from the left point, I believe, as he fired a shot. Cameron Wright was out in front trying to redirect it, but according to the off-ice officials, Wright didn't get a piece of it. Zach Sekos also got an assist in his first game back after missing about 2 months worth of injuries. He played 1 game, I think, in early February, and he pretty much missed 2 months. And it's good to see Zach Sekos back in the Grizzlies lineup. He had 1 assist and 1 shot here through 2 periods. So that gave the Grizzlies a 3-1 lead. Utah got on a power play as Connor McDonald got in a confrontation, or actually the Brett Van Oss slashing minor, 13:03 in, gave Utah power play. And 12 seconds into the Utah power play, Wichita took the puck away. Jake Wallen had a breakaway, and he scored his 10th of the year as he made a nice move on Trent Miner. So Jake Wallen joins the double-digit goal-scoring club for Wichita. Originally, they gave an assist to Jay Dickman, but they've changed it to listed as unassisted. So it's unassisted. Wallen scoring 13:15 into the second. Utah's 0 for 2 on the power play. Wichita is 1 for 1. As Connor McDonald got in a bit of a skirmish with Mark Lewinsky, 15:27 into the second. McDonald got 2 for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Lewinsky got a double minor for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct, and that's why Utah had a power play late in the second period. They have not listed, though, the penalty there when Christian Simeone got it. I remember it looked like Wichita was on a power play. Simeone looked like he was skating towards the penalty box. And the period ended. It looked like it was the middle of the power play. And unfortunately, because we didn't have a score bug, we didn't know how much time was left in the period. It's too bad because it looked like Pfizer had the puck and he was going to skate down for a breakaway. But unfortunately, time ran out in the second period. So Utah leads 3-2. It's also a 3-2 score. And I know a lot of Grizzlies and Thunder fans are following the Idaho-Kansas City game, as right now Wichita and Kansas City are tied for second place in the Mountain Division with 56 standings points. Kansas City earlier this week defeated Wichita, who has lost 5 in a row. The Thunder have lost 9 of their last 10 games. Right now, after 2 periods, Idaho leads Kansas City 3-2. The Idaho goals were scored by Jordan Kawaguchi, Ryan Domowski, and Ty Pelton-Bice. Pascal LaBerge has both the Kansas City's goals, as the Steelheads lead 3-2 at Kansas City in the second intermission. And Guy, between that, the rat we saw in the first period laying on the ice, or maybe it was a bat. Somebody that was there says it was a bat and not a rat. It kind of looked like a rat. Weren't sure what it was. There's also a bird flying around in the arena as well. We thought we felt an earthquake. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on. And as for the Grizzlies, that great offensive attack there in the stretch of 2 minutes and 6 seconds really is the difference in the game as they lead 3-2.
Yeah, Tyson, it is. It's been a wild night for us and for the Grizzlies. They were down 1-0 after 20, had a really short burst in the second period where they just got 3 goals in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And it's kind of like what Allen did to the Grizzlies last weekend as they came into the second period and just got a bunch of goals in a short burst. And really, the Grizzlies took that momentum and they rode with it for the majority of the second period until they got that power play. And for whatever reason, they just had a blunder on the blue line, and the Thunder took advantage of that and went the other way and scored. It's a 3-2 hockey game, but I think really the Grizzlies have played better than that score indicates. I really think that they've dominated the turns for most of this game, and as a result of that, they're winning it.
And it seems like for the Grizzlies, it's about as strong a forward lineup as I think they've had in a while. When you insert Cameron Wright and Zach Sekos back in it, and really you think about the production in the second period, it seemed like that line of Fitz, Penner, and Pfizer, they were on the verge. It seemed like a lot of times in the second period. They really did a good job putting pressure on the opposing team defense. But you think about that line of Wright, Sekos, and Raby. I mean, those 2 top forward lines for the Grizzlies really have done a good job tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I think the interesting thing here tonight is that 8 different skaters for the Grizzlies have at least a point in this game. The only player that has a goal and assist, 2 points in this game, it's Aaron Tho. Who would have thought that coming into this game? He's having himself a heck of a night in the absence of Andrew Nielsen, who got called up to the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. Aaron Tho is having himself a night, and so are the Grizzlies. You want to talk about spreading the wealth, just depth scoring. The Grizzlies are getting that here today, and I think that's especially important now that we're in March. The Grizzlies are making a playoff push. You want to be able to see all 3 lines roll out and get scoring for you, and you also want to see scoring through your defense at times, which is exactly what we're seeing here from the Grizzlies. So this is a good sign for the Grizzlies.
Utah leads 3-2. Third period action will begin in a few minutes over at INTRUST Bank Arena. Thanks to everybody for sticking with us, as it's been kind of a weird one here so far through 2 periods. We had some technical difficulties. We've only seen a score bug for a few minutes, and because of that, we don't know how much time's left in the period or how much time's left on a power play, things like that. We're having some fun here on a Friday night. Remember, both teams will be off Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon, it'll be a late afternoon face-off, 4:05 in the Central Time Zone, 3:05 here in the Mountain Time Zone, as the Grizzlies will take on the Wichita Thunder for the second of a 2-game set. And don't forget, the Grizzlies will come back to Mavericks Center for a 3-game series. It's going to be an AFCU Friday on March 10th as the Grizzlies take on the Kansas City Mavericks. And remember, every AFCU Friday is where tickets start at just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Mavericks Center box office. If you didn't see the news over the last 24 hours, the Stanley Cup is going to be here at Mavericks Center. And maybe that's what we felt there in the second period. Maybe it was just the excitement of Lord Stanley coming into the building. It's going to be at Mavericks Center, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I know there's going to be a lot of juice in the building. That's going to be 8 days from now, Saturday, March 11th, as it's going to be affiliate night, as the Grizzlies honor the Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche. And then the series concludes with a Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock showdown. And don't forget, I think before March 12th is going to be daylight savings. So it is a 3 o'clock start. It's now actually going to be at 2 o'clock. When you roll the clock forward, we'll lose an hour of sleep. And for the Grizzlies, they're hoping to do something. I think really the next 2 weeks for the Grizzlies, both this week and next week, are certainly going to be critical. The 2 games over in Wichita, the 3 against Kansas City, because if you're thinking about a playoff spot, those are 2 teams you're battling for playoff positioning with. And so it's going to be huge. Not only here against Wichita on the road, but the 3 games against Kansas City are going to be critical to the Grizzlies' chances of making the playoffs.
Oh, Tyson, for sure. And I think it starts with the 2 games here in Wichita and then the 3 here at Mavericks Center. I mean, I know all the excitement right now is about the Stanley Cup coming here, but I think these 5 games for the Grizzlies are huge. And I think realistically you want to win all 5. But I think if the Grizzlies can come away winning at least 3 out of these 5, I think they're in good shape to make a push for the playoffs. These are 2 teams that you're chasing. One of these 2 teams in between Wichita and Kansas City are probably the most likely of the 2 to fall out, or out of the teams that are in the top 4 to fall out for the Grizzlies to take that spot. Allen's playing really well right now. They're surging. Idaho's Idaho. They're the cream of the crop. It's either going to be Wichita or Kansas City that the Grizzlies are going to snatch that playoff spot from. And hey, if you want to win that playoff spot, you got to be able to beat these teams. So for the Grizzlies, these games, winning them is imperative.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens when the Grizzlies take on the Kansas City Mavericks next week at Mavericks Center for the 3-game series. And then the week after that, the Grizzlies will be on the road against the Allen Americans in a 3-game series. And after that, it's going to be military night, 3-game series against the Cincinnati Cyclones. Friday, March 24th is going to be military night. Guy's he's wearing the Grizzlies military jersey. That's going to be worn on March 26th for military night, presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. There's names on the bottom of the jersey, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You can bid on those on the Dash Auction app late in November as Military Night comes to Maverick Center on Friday, March 24th. Now remember that March 25th game, which is a Saturday, has been moved back to March 26th because WWE is going to be at Maverick Center on Saturday, March 25th. So that could be a lot of fun. You could see WWE superstars, and don't forget, that's not that far removed from when WrestleMania is going to be over in the WWE. So you can see some matches that could prepare you for WrestleMania, and it'll be a lot of fun. Here at Maverick Center, we got a lot of great stuff happening in the month of March here at Maverick Center. When we come back, we'll have third period action. Remember, the Grizzlies are 18-1 when leading after 2 periods, and they lead 3-2. As Wichita, we believe, will be on the power play to start the third period. When we come back, we'll have third period action. As Grizzlies are over at INTRUST Bank Arena, Guy and I are hanging out at Maverick Center. Utah leads 3-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I talked about all the fun stuff happening at Maverick Center in the month of March. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. First of a 2-game series against the Wichita Thunder. Looks like the Thunder are going to be on the power play for the first 44 seconds of the third period as Christian Simeone got a penalty as he broke a hockey rule. And for the Grizzlies, you want to bounce back after 2 straight losses to the Allen Americans. Utah before that had a standings point in 6 straight games. And really for the Grizzlies, they played well on the road as of late. Remember, the Grizzlies had a successful road trip in the month of February as they now have a standing point in 5 straight road games, and they look to make it 6. Here tonight, they've got a 1-goal lead against Wichita. Aaron Tho's been outstanding. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist. And for the Grizzlies, you think about losing Andrew Nilsson. And if you didn't join us earlier, we haven't really mentioned it too much, but Nilsson was loaned to the AHL's Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. He played 1 game with Wilkes-Barre. I'm not sure if they're playing tonight and if he's in the lineup there. But Andrew Nilsson, who leads the Grizzlies in assists, points, and penalty minutes, and he's really made an impact on the Grizzlies' power play. And Utah hasn't had many power play opportunities here tonight. I think they're 0 for 2 on the man advantage. And really for the Grizz, not having Andrew Nilsson means that other guys have to step up. And defensively, it seems like Connor McDonald's really picked it up. James Shearer has had a pretty good first period. And really the line of Bryson Martin and Kyle Pouncey have really done the job here so far tonight. And Aaron Tho really stepping up with the multiple-point game.
Yeah, Tyson, I really like what I've seen from the Grizzlies defense here. Not only are they jumping in and helping out offensively, but we're also playing a really tight defensive game. And I think that's what we wanted to see after an Allen series where they kind of got picked apart by the Allen's Fantastic Four or whatever they call them over there. But they're really
the for sure gang.
Sure. Yeah, we'll roll with that. I like the Fantastic Four better. But I mean, all jokes aside, they really had a tough series against Allen at home, where Allen was scoring 8 goals in that last game. It was just tough for the Grizzlies. And so now for them to put up a good defensive performance here, I think that's what we want to see.
The Grizzlies offensively have performed pretty well. They've got 35 goals over the last 8 games coming into play tonight, and 13 goals in the 3-game series against Allen. And it's interesting, all 3 of Utah's goals came in the span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. You know, the old saying, you get 1, you get 2. And for the Grizzlies, it seems like lately they've scored goals in bunches, and they've done a great job after scoring 1 goal to keep the momentum. And before you can blink, they put another goal into the back of the net.
Well, Tyson, I think that's all about momentum. We've seen the momentum shift several times in this game. In the first period, it came out and the Grizzlies were dominating with all the momentum, weren't able to get a goal. They take a penalty. Wichita goes on the power play, and they're able to shift that momentum for their own, and they were able to get a goal out of that. But in the second period, the Grizzlies came back, took that momentum back for themselves, and were able to get 3 goals, as you said, in a span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds, which is really what you want to see, is the Grizzlies not only to score 1 goal, but also take that momentum and feed into it in the shifts following that. And the Grizzlies were able to do just that. Bang, 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 put 3 on the board, and now they're playing with the lead here, which is what we want to see going into the third.
Dylan Fitz scored the first goal of the game. It's the Optum first goal of the game for the Grizzlies. That tied it up after Wichita led 1-0. Now, Dylan Fitz, really over his last 7 or 8 games, he had a 6-game point-scoring streak that ended last Saturday, but Dylan Fitz now has 12 points in his last 8 games, 6 goals and 6 assists as he redirected the Aaron Thos shot, and he's been unbelievable for the Grizzlies. We'll see if Fitz and the Grizzlies can do some damage here in the third period. They lead 3-2. We'll come back in 90 seconds and give you third period action as it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Thunder 2. Wichita will be on the power play for the first 44 seconds of the third period. And that's coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your adventure.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Utah leads 3-2. Third period action will begin shortly. Wichita will be on the power play the first 44 seconds. And Dakota Raby's got a 7-game point scoring streak. He hasn't scored here so far tonight. He's done a good job, but he's remained scoreless as Utah leads 3-2.
Yeah, Tyson, he's without a point so far in this game. That 7-game point streak might be coming to an end, but I don't think so. I think Dakota Raby's played a really solid game here tonight. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets that point and continues the streak.
It looks like an amazing crowd. They've got the upper deck in Wichita filled, it looks like. I don't know what kind of crowd they got there at Star Wars night, and it looks like the place is packed over at INTRUST Bank Arena. As Quinn Preston will take the draw against Keaton Jamison at center ice. Jamison played previously with the Fort Wayne Comets. Quinn Preston, the Ohio State product. He's had a good year. He scored the first period goal for Wichita. Thunder win the draw. They'll throw it to down the middle, take a lefty shot, saved by Miners. They get a shot 7 seconds into the third period. Grizzlies get it and clear it out. Wichita to 2-on-1 right at the start of the third period. As the Thunder skate from left to right, as we see it on Flow Sports, your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Utah skating from our right to our left. Wichita steps over the line, left side. They chip it to the left circle. Lefty shot goes wide as Peter Bates falls down. Over to the right side, he gets back to his feet. So he'll skate towards the high slot. Now Quinn Preston loses it down the middle. Grizzlies poke it away. Good job by James Shearer, clearing it all the way out towards Justin Kapelmaster. Both teams make a line change as coming out of the box is Christian Simeone. It's a successful Utah disaster cleanup penalty kill. UDK is the #1 provider of disaster cleanup services in Utah since 1974. UDK has been there for customers when they need us the most. Wichita skates back in as they'll dump it off the end wall. Tho delivers a hit as Huff gets spun around. Grizzlies get it. 3-on-2. Grizzlies cross center. Make that 3-on-3. Dylan Fitz steps over the line. Left wing, backhand shot saved by Kapelmaster. Thunder come back the other way. Wichita gains center ice 2-on-3. They step over the offensive line. As they drop it off to the right side for Cameron Huff. He'll take a lefty shot and he scores. Cameron Huff gets his second of the year and 1:20 into the third period. The lights go blinking black, orange, black, blue, and white as the Thunder will skate towards the benches. Cameron Huff will high-five everybody on the Wichita bench as he's tied the game 1:20 into the third period. He just kind of lifted it over the right shoulder of Trent Miner as Kyle Pouncey was trailing the play. As Gavin Gould dropped it off on the right side for Huff, Huff just kind of dragged it towards the right circle and over the right shoulder of Trent Miner. And just like that, Wichita, who had a good scoring chance 7 seconds into the third period, pumps in the tying goal 1:20 into the frame.
Yeah, and Tyson, even though that's not going to go down as a power play goal, it kind of feels like it was because even though the penalty had expired, the Thunder were able to take that momentum and continue to pound away at the Grizzlies, and they were able to get a goal out of it.
It's anybody's hockey game. We're tied at 3. Grizzlies cross center ice, gets taken away by Quinn Preston. Preston skates down the middle, and he loses the puck as it goes towards the right side. Preston gets it back. Righty shot saved by Miner. Grizzlies get it. They skate from right to left as Jordan Martell crosses center ice, make that Dakota Raby. Drops off for Shearer. Feed it to the right side. Grizzlies, Zach Sekos with a shot saved by Kapelmaster. As Cameron Wright got hit up high, gets back to his feet as he gets his stick. Wright will skate towards the bench. About 2 minutes into the third period, we're tied at 3. As Preston will throw it towards the left wing of Utah's zone. Grizz picking off. Grizz cross center ice and dump it in. Grizz make a line change. Cam Strong chases after the puck as it's behind Wichita's net. Puck squirts towards the slot. Utah shot saved by Kapelmaster. Now to the left side for Tho. He gets up top for Pouncey. They'll take a righty shot saved by Kapelmaster. And the Wichita goaltender holds on. 17:47 left in the third. And I'm curious to see what the attendance is tonight over in Wichita. It looks like a packed house over at INTRUST Bank Arena, and that includes the upper deck as the stadium holds about the same amount as an NBA arena would. Huff got the goal. Gould with the assist, 1:20 into the third. We're tied at 3. Utah has outshot Wichita 34-27. As it draws over in the near circle, Keaton Jamison will take it against Brett Van Oss. Van Oss has 6 goals and 15 assists this season. He is 6'2", 209 pounds. Van Oss will get kicked out of the faceoff circle. Huff will take the draw. Wichita in their specialty jersey, Star Wars themed night. Off the draw, strong lefty shot saved by Kapelmaster. And the journeyman goaltender holds on. Zach Hoffman in the area. He's on the ice. He's 6'3", 209 pounds. Wichita is one of the bigger teams Utah will face all year. A lot of guys 6'1" and taller. Draws in the near circle, and it's won by the Grizz. As Cam Strong, left wing, skates towards the goal line, takes a lefty shot, and it goes wide. And Kapelmaster might have gotten a piece of it. It's towards the near side as Huff battles in the point. Wichita carries it out to center ice. Hoffman, 2-on-2, gains the line. He'll veer off to the left. But the linesman says that Wichita's offside. So the whistle blows with 17:27 left here in the third. And, Grizzlies need to get some momentum back to see if they can find a way to get this game-winning goal.
Yeah, Tyson, they do, and I think these next few shifts are going to be critical. I think it starts with maybe that Raby line with Sekos and Wright. These are guys that have a lot of speed. They take a lot of shots. Cameron Wright leads all rookies in shots. So I think that might be the energy line for the Grizzlies if they're going to turn the tides here.
Looks like on the Huff goal, they've added an assist to Cole McDonald as we're tied at 3. As that goal was scored 1:20 into the third period. Grizz win the draw. They're at neutral ice as Pfizer gets spun around. And Wichita takes the puck away. So they'll move it towards the zone. Gavin Gould dumps it in. Miner cuts it off behind the net. He'll drift it towards the near wing boards. As Wichita trying to handle it, they'll throw it up top to Preston or make that Jake Wallen. As towards the left point, Wichita spins it around. It's now to the right side. Thunder near goal line. Dickman with a shot saved by Miner. And it looks like Trent holds on. We're 3 minutes into the third period. We're tied at 3 as Wichita, one of those teams, they're very physical. And I think for the Grizzlies, they're going to have to match that physicality. And even though the Grizzlies don't have Johnny Walker, and remember, we said in the second intermission that Andrew Nilsson has been loaned to the AHL's Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Taryn Pfizer will take the face-off against Jake Wallen, who scored shorthanded in the second period. Wichita wins the draw as they're along the near wing boards. Pfizer battles. This goes back over towards Gavin Gould. He got spun around, throws it up top. Puck lifts high into the air, bounces at the feet of Matthew Duran in his pro debut. And for Utah, it's Jared Power making his pro debut. Puck goes back to the right side as Wichita with a shot and a save by Minor. Rebound goes out to the far side for Pfizer as Taryn will skate across center ice. Pfizer now gains the line, skates down the middle, veers off to the right. He loses the puck. Wichita will poke it ahead. Thunder skate from left to right. They cross center ice. They don't have numbers, so they dump it in. Pouncey over to the far corner, delivers a hit, fits in the area as Wichita battles 2-on-2, about 4 minutes into the third period. Puck glides from one corner to the other as it's taken by Tho over to Penner, who lifts it out to center ice. It goes deep in the Wichita zone, and looks like no icing on the Grizzlies. Wichita will play it. We're tied at 3, 4 minutes into the third period. Thunder throw it to the far side. Here in the first meeting between these clubs this year, first of 5. Wichita gains the line to the left side. They skate towards a circle. Thunder now around Minor's net. Over to the right side. Everybody settled into the Grizzlies zone as Quinn Preston being shadowed by Penner. Preston throws it up top. Thunder will throw it back to the right corner as they nudge it back towards the far side. As Wichita gets hit in the far side, Grizzlies poking out to center. It's taken back by Kyle Rhodes. He gets back checked by Rabu. Takes the puck away, dumps it in. We get a whistle as Kappelmaster looked like he was skating towards the blue line. I wonder if that's going to be a penalty on the Grizzlies. Draw's going to come out to center ice. No, it's going to be a penalty on Utah. Cameron Wright with one palm in the air saying, come on, man. As he's the one skating towards the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes as Wichita's going to be on the power play with 15:31 left in the third. Connor McDonald is also in the penalty box serving a misconduct penalty. He'll be back here in a few minutes as he is towards the end of that 10-minute misconduct. He'll probably be back within the next minute or two. Draw's going to be in the near circle. We're tied at 3. 4.5 minutes into the third period, Wichita wins the faceoff. Cole McDonald, who's instrumental to their power play, he goes down. Jamison in the area. Jamison gets the puck. He'll throw it out to center ice. Pass connect. Zach Sekos skates down the middle. Sekos with the backhand shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Sekos gets it back. He feeds the middle. Utah got hooked. No call. Now left wing. Lefty shot goes wide. Puck goes back to the right side. Sekos gets it. He'll skate towards his left. He's now in the slot. Lefty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. As we got 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the power play. As battle over in the corner, Wichita gets it. Thunder on the power play for the next minute, 24. As Wichita skates from left to right. They'll throw it out to center. As it's taken by Brett Van Oss. He'll cross center ice. He'll chip it off the far wing boards. Wichita enters. They'll throw it over to Peter Bates. He'll drop it off for Mikkel Stenell. Back to Bates. He's on the right side. Back up top for Stenell. He'll fake a shot and throw it to Bates. Bates will switch places with Stenell. Now feed it to the left side. As Wichita, Cole McDonald will take a lefty shot and it's blocked. Shearer gets it about chest high, drops it, and clears it out. Utah make a line change, so will Wichita. About 53 seconds left in the power play. The Thunder skating from left to right. McDonald skates down the middle. Now throw it to the far side as the Thunder cross center. Now they gain the line 3-on-3. Wichita skates towards the left circle. Take a shot. Saved by Minor. And Trent holds on as we get a whistle with 14:11 left in the third. Gavin Gould was the one that took that last shot. So he'll stay on the ice. And Guy, interesting last couple minutes here.
Yeah, Tyson, it has been. I really like what the Grizzlies have been able to do here on the penalty kill, not only stopping the Thunder, but also getting some chances of their own going the other way. We saw Wichita convert on a shorthanded chance earlier in the game. Grizzlies had a chance of their own, just weren't able to put it by. But I really like what the defensive unit here has done on the penalty kill.
Draw one by Wichita. They'll skate towards the high slot. We're tied at 3, about 6 minutes into the third period. As Gavin Gould to the right side, throws it in the high slot. Kyle Rhodes, one-timer, saved by Minor. And Trent holds on. There's a ton of traffic out in front. Kyle Rhodes with a righty shot from the high slot. He's got 2 goals in 49 games this season, but Trent Minor held it on cleanly as there's an even 14 minutes left in the third period and an even 30 seconds left in Wichita's latest power play. So the draw is going to be in the right circle. It's won by Wichita. They'll throw it back up top for Connor Walters As he'll skate towards his left and get to Gold on the right side. Gold will take a lefty shot. And it goes wide as it bounced off the glass and flies out of play off the protective netting. So we'll get a new puck with about 20 seconds left in the Wichita power play. Don't forget, both teams will be off tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. 2:45 pregame show, 3:05 face-off. The Grizzlies will take on the Thunder for the second of a two-game series. Wichita will be at Maverick Center for a three-game set on March 29th, 31st, and April 1st. That will be a big three-game series at Maverick Center, and that will be Wichita's only meeting to the friendly confines of Maverick Center, and that should be an interesting three-game set. It's now looks like the referee is towards neutral ice as everybody's looking towards the other end of the ice with 13:50 left in the third. Looks like all the craziness has slowed down and we've gotten to what turns out to be a pretty good hockey game.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's been a good hockey game throughout the course of this game. It's just been a little doses of craziness throughout the whole game for us, at least. But I mean, it's been a really fun and entertaining game to watch. So I think if you're in the area when the Wichita Thunder come to town here to Maverick Center, get those tickets because this is a fun series, scoring back and forth, but also it's really physical.
So we're not quite sure what they're looking at, but it looks like they're looking at something off the screen. I don't know if they're reviewing a play. I mean, it's possible they might be, but I'm not sure. It looked like the puck ended up flying out of play after Gold took the shot, as we have 21 seconds left in Wichita's power play. As Cameron Wright is in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for tripping. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's best DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. I got to say, it'd be kind of fun to see Christian Okoye. It looks like he's going to be at one of the Wichita Thunder games. He was one of the best running backs for about a 2-year stretch in 1989 and 1990. The Nigerian Nightmare, Christian Okoye. Looks like he's going to be over in Wichita. We're not sure what's going on. Something was off the screen. It's possible. I mean, it's a power play, so there's not a TV timeout. So maybe they're looking something over. It's possible they get a video replay. Either way, we're tied at 3. There's a little bit of a delay. And really for the Grizzlies, it's a critical game in the Mountain Division standings. They've got 49 standings points. Allen is in 4th place with 53. It looks like we're back to live action, tied at 3. Not sure why the delay took so long. As Brett Van Oss looks like he was going to take the face-off. He's looking towards the screen, trying to figure something out. Looks like draw's going to be taken in the right circle. Van Oss against Cam Strong. Strong, third different team he's played on in this league. Last year he was with Reading in South Carolina. Wichita wins the face-off as they're still on the power play for the next 15 seconds. Over to the right side for Gold. He'll throw it to the near goal line. Wichita skates back towards the point, gets it towards Walters. Back to the right side. Gold tries to feed it out in front. It bounced off a Grizzly. Now lefty shot. Bounces off a Grizzly and goes high into the air towards the near side. Wrights out of the penalty box. Good penalty kill by the Grizzlies. It's a Utah disaster cleanup. Successful penalty kill as Bryson Martin throws out to center ice. Pass connects. Grizzlies 2-on-2. They feed it over to the left side. Shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes back over towards Cameron Wright. Left wing shot and it's blocked. Puck goes back to Bryson Martin over to Wright. He's down the middle. Take a righty shot. Goes wide. Grizzlies skate over. Kappelmaster dives in the crease as the puck goes back towards the far corner. Now up top off the screen. Grizzlies take a lefty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Wichita gets the rebound. Martin keeps it in. Martin's the one that took that last shot. Now to Pfizer on the right side. He'll spin it around the boards. As Grizzlies get it over to Aaron Tho. He'll drop it off for Wright. Left circle shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Now Tho with a wraparound shot. And he scores! Grizzlies take the lead. 12:41's left in the third. And I think that's going to be Jared Power. Jared Power. Save that puck, Mason Whalen. It's Mason Whalen's birthday, and Jared Power gets his first professional goal as Utah leads 4-3. As the rebound went behind towards the end boards for Jared Power, and Cameron Wright went to make sure that he got that puck. Looks like Jared Power, in his pro debut, gets Utah's 4th goal.
Well, Tyson, what a game for Jared Power. I think he had an assist earlier in this game. So now he's got not just 1, but 2 points, including his first pro goal. Congratulations to him. And now he gives the Grizzlies a 4-3 lead.
Really, the only way to know it was Power is that Cameron Wright went after the puck, as it's his first as a pro. Grizzlies win the draw. They're in the offensive zone. Sekos in the area. Arabia as well as the puck goes around Wichita's net. Now the Thunder have it. As Wichita throws it out towards center ice. and bounces off a Thunder skater. Now skating back in is Quinn Preston. He'll skate towards the corner, so he gets blasted by a Grizzly, and that's Aaron Tho. Now to the right side, Wichita, lefty shot saved by Minor. Rebound goes out towards the left side as the Thunder skate back towards the point. Wichita spins it back around the boards. Aaron Tho cuts it off. He's behind the net. As Tho throws it to the far side for Martell. The Rooster gets held up. Another Thunder skates over there, and now it goes back over to Sekos. He'll backhand it out to neutralize. It's gloved by Wichita and dropped as they'll dump it back in. Minor behind his net. Will throw it towards the near side. It goes off the boards. Wichita keeps it in right side as Zach Hoffman throws it off the end wall. Raby gathers it, skates around Utah's net as Raby skates towards the far side, gets it out to center. Grizzlies 2-on-3. Raby skates towards the left side, gets it near the boards. Look to center it, but fanned on it as it rolls along the wall, back towards the far corner. Grizzlies chip it back behind the net. Martell will ricochet off the wall for Shearer. Shearer in the left point, takes a lefty shot and it goes wide. Wichita towards the near side will lift it out to center. As the Thunder cross center, they fanned on dumping it in. Grizzlies gather it. Christian Simeone skates over the line, feeds to the right side. Grizzlies chip it over to the right point. Cole Tarsi with a shot that goes wide. Wichita 1-on-3 crosses center ice. Thunder, Jay Dickman tries to get around a Grizzly skater. Big collision over in the right corner. As Wichita gets it back around, Cole Tarsi spins around a Thunder skater back towards the corner. Utah will chip it back around. Jameson's in the area. Shearer delivers a hit. Jameson throws it back to the far corner. Grizzlies still in their own zone. Will chip it to the left point. Thunder keep it in. Back to the right side for Dickman. One-timer, and it goes wide. Back towards Dickman. As he'll throw it back up top for Connor Walters. Back to the near goal line. Wichita, Jake Wallen, shot saved by Minor. As the Thunder back on the right side, they've been in the offensive zone for a minute and a half. Walters over to the left side. They look to center it. Dickman backhand shot that goes wide. Now right side, Thunder with a sharp angled shot, and they score. And the Thunder have tied it up at 4 with 10:13 left in the third. Wichita scores. The lights go black, blue, and white. As Jake Dickman skates to the bench first, looks like he's tied it up. The off-ice officials believe it's Aaron Tho. I thought it was Tho as well, but then after Wright skated after and got the puck, I thought it was Power. But nevertheless, Thunder have tied it up at 4.
Yeah, Tyson, this is an unfortunate play for the Grizzlies. Just a lot of commotion going out in front of Trent Minor. I don't know if he actually saw what was going on, did Trent, but either way, the puck is in the back of the net, and once again, we have a tie game.
So we think Aaron Tho might have scored Utah's 4th goal. We're a little bit surprised it went after the puck, thinking it was Jared Power. I thought at first it was Aaron Tho, but nevertheless, it's 4-4 as Jake Dickman's tied the game. As it's anybody's hockey game, halfway through the third period. Foot race deep in the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies get there first as Utah loses the puck. Wichita skates around the net. Good job by Bryson Martin cutting off Wichita's. The Thunder spin it around the wall. Back over in the right corner. Utah delivers a hit, no penalty. Grizzlies will chip it towards the near boards for Fitz. Fitz dumps it in from around center ice. Grizzlies chase after it. Goes back over to Wichita. The Thunder skate towards the far side, and now they throw it back behind their net. 9:30 and counting left in the third. Looks like the off-ice officials have given Tho Utah's 4th goal. And I thought for a second it was Jared Power because Cameron Wright went after the puck, but I thought it was Tho the first time I saw it. Now center ice, Cameron Huff skates in. We get a whistle. We get a trip. It's a Grizzly that went down. I think Utah's going to get a power play. Big crowd in Wichita. 9:17 left in the third, and it looks like Utah's going on the power play. So we're tied at 4. Critical power play, and 2 big standings points are on the line tonight as Wichita gets 2 minutes for tripping. 9:17 left in the third. We're back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Utah's going to be on the power play. 9:17 left in the third. Grizzlies led 3-2 after 2 periods, and then Cameron Huff scored 120 into the third. Gould and Walters with the assists. And then Aaron Thoe skated around the net, wrap around, and scored. It's Aaron Thoe's second goal of the game. He's got 2 goals and 1 assist. Cameron Wright and a few other Grizzlies went after the puck to, because of that, we thought it was Jared Power scoring his first pro goal. But it looks like Thoe gets his second of the game, and then Wichita tied it up. Jay Dickman gets his 20th of the season. 9:47 in. Walters and Gould with the assists. Grizzlies are on the power play. As Wichita wins the faceoff, Dickman tries to clear it out. It bounced off a Grizzly, trying to keep it in. The left point's a Grizz. Wichita takes it away. They'll throw it out to center ice. The Thunder from Utah's blue line dumps it in. So Aaron Thoe have a night. 2 goals and 1 assist according to the off-ice officials. The Grizzlies cross center, 3-on-3. As they skate down the middle, Wright dumps it into the right corner. As Utah goes down, Pfizer in the area. Jamison as well. 1:30 left in the Grizzlies power play. Goes to Sekos on the right side. He'll skate towards his left. As Sekos will feed it back to the right side for Pfizer. Pfizer fakes a shot, now throws it to Sekos on the left side. Sekos with the lefty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. And he holds on with 8:35 left in the third and 1:18 left in Utah's power play. Justin Kappelmaster certainly been busy tonight. He has already seen 40 shots, saving 36 of them. Trent Miner has saved 31 of 35. What a crazy game it's been. Draw's going to be in the left circle. Wichita has 1 power play goal, and they also have a shorthanded tally. Utah right now is 0 for 2 on the power play. Thunder win the draw. They're in their own zone, far side, trying to clear it out. It stays in. Right side, Pfizer chips over to Wright. Wright surveys, throws it down the middle, goes back to the right point for Pfizer. Now across to Sekos. Sekos skates towards his right. They'll chip it over to Cameron Wright. As Grizzlies going with 5 forwards on this line. Over to Jamison near side, skates in, shot saved by Kappelmaster. Wichita spins it towards the near boards. Wright cuts it off in the point. Right over there with Jamison. Wichita takes it away and clears it out. 45 seconds left in Utah's power play. 8 minutes left in regulation. We're tied at 4. Taryn Pfizer skates behind Utah's net and gets the puck as the Grizzlies start to make a line change. The Roosters out there as Pfizer skates down the middle. He's now at neutral ice, so move it ahead to Cam Strong. Strong gains the line, but everybody stops skating as the Grizzlies are offside. With 32 seconds left in the power play and 7:48 left in the third. Guy kind of has that next goal wins this game kind of feel to it.
Yeah, Tyson, it does. And the good thing for the Grizzlies is they still have about 30 seconds left of power play time. Use that to your advantage. The Grizzlies need something to get going here. Maybe take a few shots, maybe get somebody out in front of the net. We've noticed that tips out in front seem to be the way to beat Kappelmaster.
Draw one by Wichita. They'll dump it in. Grizzlies skate from right to left as Bryson Martin moves it ahead. Now they drop it off to the right side. Martell throws it back to the right point. Wichita picks it off, and they clear it out again. As Bryson Martin chases after it, he gets it in the far circle, and he skates around Miner's net with momentum. Martin, an outstanding skater, about 6'2". He looks taller than that. Gains the line and dumps it in as he'll chase after it. He'll poke it back towards Cam Strong, who's around the net. And now to the right side, Grizzlies around it. We're back to 5-on-5 skating as Wichita comes up with it. Thunder throw it out to center ice. Passes wide of the mark. Grizzlies chase after it. The arm is raised by the linesman. And icing is on the Thunder with 7:04 left in the third. So Utah is now 0 for 3 on the power play. That's anybody's game. As Wichita leads 4-4. It's tied at 4. There's Austin Crosley, the former Grizzly, sporting a goatee. As Crosley played for Utah last year. He didn't lead the team in penalty minutes, but he did lead the team in fights, him along with Mason Manick. And Crosley, guy who brings some toughness to the table, second-year pro. And earlier this season, played for Florida, just acquired by Wichita in the trade. Now right side, Sekos one-timer, and Kappelmaster gets a piece of it. Now left wing, Thoe with a shot that goes wide. Thoe's on hat-trick watch right now as he scored 2 goals. As the puck at center ice, Grizzlies get it. Thoe will skate back in. He's got right behind him. Thoe gets hit and loses the puck. Good hit by number 6, Zach Hoffman, who's 6'3", 209 pounds. Out to center ice, Wichita gets it. They don't have numbers. They get around McDonald, who's back after the misconduct minor. Puck goes to the left side. Lefty shot goes wide. It glides along the near wing boards. Kyle Rhodes back towards the right side. Wichita around the net gets tripped up by McDonald. They'll get to the left side. Utah takes it. Grizz 2-on-1. Raby skates towards the left circle. Stops, looks to center to a trailer. It goes back to the right side. Sekos with a shot from the right wing that goes wide. Puck goes back over to Cameron Wright, spins along the wall, and didn't get much on it. It's taken back by Cole McDonald. He loses it. Grizzlies feed the middle. Nobody's cut towards the net. As the Thunder around center ice dump it in. James Shear delivers a hit. Goes back over to Tyler Penner. They'll get to Kyle Pouncey, who skates along the near wing boards. Pouncey with good speed crosses center and dumps it in. Kapellmaster behind his net, wearing number 30. They'll feed it to the far side. Grizzlies cut it off, and that's Jared Power. So roll it along the boards. Wichita skates back to the near side. Now they'll feed it to Dickman. So clear it out to center. Puck was taken away by Penner, who re-enters. They'll feed it to the right side for Power. Jared Power gets it. So skate towards the point. Now across to Martin. Martin's now on the left side. He'll take a shot. Saved by Kapellmaster. Rebound goes to the near corner. Thunder chip it over to the point. Shearer gets it, and he'll take a lefty blast that goes wide. Now the Grizzlies feed it down the middle. Utah couldn't get a shot off. Puck bounced off of Shearer's glove. Back to Simeone. Left circle, lefty shot. Saved by Kapellmaster. He holds on. Power cuts towards the net. Now Power gets held up by Walters. As Power thought that he was going to look for a second chance there, but Kapellmaster holds on. 5:08 left in the third period. Aaron Tho has 2 goals and 1 assist. As we're tied at 4, it's anybody's hockey game, and we'll find out how this one ends when we come back. You're on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
We're tied at 4. 5:08 left in the third period. Guy, what's going to be the difference here tonight?
Well, Tyson, I think it's going to take the Grizzlies dictating the terms for the last few minutes here. They've been really good about doing that throughout the course of the game. I think they have to get bodies in front of Kapellmaster. They've beat him with a few tips earlier on this game. I think that's the only way to beat him now.
Off the draw, McDonald with a shot that goes wide. Wichita might have gotten a piece of it. Action deep in the Wichita zone. Pfizer to the left side. And still dropping off for McDonald. Actually, Pfizer keeps it. He'll take a righty shot and is blocked. Wichita will clear it out. Bryson Martin gets it in the Grizzlies zone as we're tied at 4. 4:47 and counting left in the third. As McDonald throws it back to Martin. He's at neutral ice. He crosses center. Martin skates down the middle, gets around 3 Thunder skaters. He'll take a shot that's blocked by number 44, Dominic Dockery. As the Thunder to the near side, chipping off the glass. It goes over the head of Dylan Fitz and on to McDonald. He'll feed it back to Fitz along the near side. He'll chip it out to center as Wichita takes it away. Thunder dump it in. Does number 55, Cameron Huff, who scored a third period goal. He collides along the wall with Fitz. As Thunder, Kyle Rhodes throws it back around. Thunder trying to end a 5-game losing streak. Now Wichita around the net. Wraparound shot saved by Minor. Trent holds on. 4:09 left in the third. As for Wichita, battling was Brett Van Oss, number 42. Cameron Huff's really had a good third period for Wichita. It's kind of interesting seeing a team that, considering their division opponents, it's really weird that the first time the Grizzlies face Wichita this season, that's March 3rd. Don't forget these same teams will meet on Sunday afternoon, 3:05 face-off in the Mountain Time Zone. Thunder will be at Maverick Center for a 3-game set on March 29th, 31st, and April 1st. It's going to be a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday series. And for the Grizzlies, a lot of fun stuff happening in the month of March. Draw one by the Grizzlies. They're on their own zone, tied at 4. They spin it to the near side as Dakota Raby will chip it out to center ice, taken by Sekos. Sekos gets in front of Cameron Wright. Sekos stops to the right point. He'll throw it across the Tho. Now back up top for Shear. He'll take a shot that gets redirected and goes out of play. Draw's going to stay in the Wichita zone. 3:54 left in the third. I got to fill in that forward line of Cameron Wright, Zach Sekos, and Dakota Raby. They can do some damage here late.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. I mentioned that before. This might be the energy line for the Grizzlies team. they've done a really good job of being the buzz for the Grizzlies so far in this game. They've got a lot of speed. Wright has an awesome shot. So does Sekos. Even Raby, all of them do, now that I think about it. But I think these guys might be the key in getting the next goal and potentially winning this game for the Grizzlies.
It's been the Tho show. He's got 2 goals and 1 assist, a +2 rating, and 4 shots. And I got confused because it looked like Cameron Wright and the Grizzlies were going after the puck trying to keep it, which usually you only do if it's a guy's first professional goal. But it is memorable for Aaron Thos. It's his second of the game. It might be his first multiple goal game as a pro, and he's been outstanding. It looks like a great crowd over at INTRUST Bank Arena, and Star Wars night. Draw's going to be in the Wichita zone. I'm trying to get an official attendance count. We might be nearing 10,000 over at INTRUST Bank Arena. There's very few empty seats there.
Yeah, Tyson, it really is a great crowd over there in Wichita tonight.
Draw's going to be in the near circle. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in regulation. Cameron Wright talking things over with Zach Sekos. Dakota Raby in as well. Aaron Tho directing traffic up top. Watch out for Tho. He's on hat trick watch. He's got 2 goals here so far tonight. As a draw won by Utah. As Aaron Tho skates towards his right. He'll take a lefty shot, and he swung and missed. Wichita comes back the other way. They cross center. They'll ship it over to Peter Bates. He's on the right side. Skates along the goal line. He hits the side of the net as Wichita throws it back to the right side for Rhodes. He'll bounce off the Cameron Wright. Now it's taken by Raby, who crosses center ice. Raby, left wing chip towards Wright, but Wright couldn't hold the line. His offside is called on the Grizzlies with 3:33 left in the third. So draw comes back to neutralize. Seems like the Grizzlies are doing a good job in the face-off circle here tonight, and as a result, that can end up being critical here. And obviously, every face-off, every little thing, it's going to be magnified, and you really mean a lot more here in the final 3 minutes of regulation.
Yeah, Tyson, you mentioned face-off. We're seeing a lot more whistles towards the end of this game. Look for the face-offs to be a factor.
Wichita wins the draw. They'll dump it in. McDonald chases after it, but the arm is raised by the linesman, and Wichita is called for icing with 3:22 left in the third. So the draw comes back towards Justin Kappelmaster, who's certainly been a busy goaltender. His backup, Roman Bazran, was just signed by the Thunder either yesterday or today. He wears number 1. He's the backup. The Grizzlies' backup goaltender tonight is Lucas Parikh, as Trent Miner has kept the Grizzlies in this one. Miner looking for his team leading 9th of the season, as Parikh and Miner each has 8 wins on the season. Wichita wins the draw. They're in their own zone. Near side, they'll chip it across. As the Thunder, near center ice, Cameron Huff dumps it in. Miner behind his net, wearing number 50, cuts it off. As he'll drop it off as the Grizzlies move it to center ice. As the Grizz cross center, right wing. Wichita back defensively as they gain the line and overskate the puck. 2-on-3. Wichita steps over their blue line as he'll chip it over to the near side. Big time hit to the near side as the puck goes out to neutralize. Cam Strong delivering a hit there with Connor Walters nearby, but that was not the big hit. Strong skates towards the bench. Both teams make a line change. 2:41 and counting left in the third. We're tied at 4. As the Grizzlies skate down the middle, McDonald feeds to the near side for Shearer. He'll move it ahead. As the puck deep in the Wichita zone, Thunder skate after it. As there's no icing on the place, puck skates towards the near side. As Huff over in the area, puck glides back to the far as Wichita feeds it to center ice. Thunder, 2-on-3, gain the blue line. As they'll fire a shot and goes wide off the glass. Huff gets hit in the corner by Shearer. As Wichita back around. It's the Thunder to the near side. Throw it up top for Hoffman. Back to the left side. Thunder with a lefty shot that goes wide off the boards. Puck rolls towards the near side. Grizzlies pitchfork it out to Jamison, who throws it to center ice. Picked off by Wichita. Keeping it in is Mark Lewinsky. Now to the right side for Huff. He fans on it. Puck rolls towards a corner. He delivers a hit and holds up a Grizzly. I think that's Shearer. It's Jamison trying to get the puck, and he gets it. He'll throw it back to the far corner. Less than 2 minutes left in regulation. We're tied at 4. Grizzlies chip it in. Bounced off the near wall. Didn't connect on the pass to Fitz. His icing is on the Grizzlies. 1:42 left in the third. Draw's going to come back towards Trent Miner. We've had ourselves an entertaining game here so far.
Yeah, Tyson, we have. I mean, from the technical difficulties to the animals in the building, and then the Grizzlies scoring 3 goals in a span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. This game seems to have had just about everything. I think this faceoff right here, though, it's imperative that the Grizzlies win that and take possession.
1:42 left in the third. Wichita wins the draws. Kyle Rhodes throws it towards the far side. Grizzlies battle. Now to the left wing. Backhand shot saved by Miner. As puck along the near wall as Jamison wins the one-on-one battle. Grizzlies get it to Pfizer. He crosses center ice. Pfizer to the left wing. Tries to get around Kyle Rhodes. Rhodes stops. So does Pfizer. He'll feed a left wing shot, saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes back to the right side. Wichita delivering a hit. Kelly Bett in the area as Wichita gathers it. They cross center ice. 112 and counting as Wichita gains the blue line. Mikkel Stenell dumps it around the boards. Now it's taken back by Quinn Preston. He looks to center it, picked out by Raby, who throws it out to center ice. Wichita gets it back as Connor Walters, big number 24, dumps it in. Puck rolls back towards the left side. Grizzlies clear it out to center again. Wichita dumps it back in. Grizzlies gather it. McDonald across to Martin. Less than 1 minute left in the third. All the fans standing in INTRUST Bank Arena, at least the ones that are capable of standing. Raby gains the line, skates towards the left wing boards. Back to the corner. Raby loses the puck as Connor Walters spins it back to the far side. Sekos cuts it off. Sekos skates towards his left. Now he's back towards the blue line. He'll take a lefty shot, and it's blocked. Thunder come back with it. 2-on-2. 25 seconds left. Wichita skates towards the right wing circle. He'll take a shot. It's blocked by Sekos. The shot was taken by Dominic Dockery. Puck flies out of play. 21 seconds left in the third. A lot of drama over INTRUST Bank Arena. As Wichita 26-24-4 on the season. Utah 23-26-3. Grizzlies are 2-3 in overtime this year. They have lost 3 straight overtime contests after winning 2 straight overtime games in the early portion of November. So the fans making some noise. An outstanding crowd. They're all standing. The ones that are capable. Over on the right side, faceoff's going to be in the circle. Let's draw one by the Grizzlies. Utah tries to clear it out. Wichita keeps it in. Right wing, righty shot. Saved by Minor. Big time stop by Trent with 14 seconds left in regulation. Draw's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone. Peter Bates was in the area. Boy, Wichita had a good look there, but it stays a tie game.
Yeah, Tyson, they did. And a big save there by Trent Minor. It seems like we're headed towards overtime, but there still is enough time for Wichita. If they win that faceoff, they could rip off a few shots. The Grizzlies need to keep their heads up here.
14.9 seconds left in regulation. The draw won by Wichita as Peter Bates along the right wing boards. Fans standing over in Wichita. Grizzlies come out of the pile with the puck. Cam Strong crosses center ice, fires towards the net, and it gets blocked. Wichita clears it out, and that'll do it for regulation. We're tied at 4. We're headed to overtime. Fans are getting their money's worth over at INTRUST Bank Arena. For the Grizzlies, it's their 6th game decided by past regulation. They're 2-3 in overtime. For the Thunder, their 12th game past overtime this season. So Wichita's had a little bit more experience past overtime. And both teams get a standing point. That's certainly big for the Grizzlies. Getting 2 standings points tonight would certainly be huge. That would elevate them to 2 points behind Allen for 4th place, as Allen is not playing tonight against, they'll take on Rapid City tomorrow. But big time third period effort there by the Grizzlies over the last couple minutes to keep it a 4-4 game.
Yeah, Tyson, I think the Grizzlies have played a really good game tonight. They've earned that first standing point, which is going to be huge in the scheme of the playoffs, but you need to have that second point here, not only to catch the Thunder, but potentially pass Kansas City.
So both teams with a standing point tonight. We'll have 3-on-3 overtime, 7 minutes in the ECHL. And for the Grizzlies, puck possession in overtime is certainly going to be critical. If you think about for the Grizzlies, you have to watch out for the transition game. As we saw on a couple of occasions, the Grizzlies were really aggressive offensively, not scoring, and then the other team coming back and getting that 2-on-1 or 1-on-0 and really capitalizing on that to win the game. So for the Grizzlies, it's one thing to be aggressive offensively, but they got to be a little bit more judicious with it and make sure that they are smart with when to be aggressive and when to pull back.
Yeah, Tyson, I think that's the key there. You mentioned the word smart. The Grizzlies need to keep their heads up, be smart about making passes, know where guys are at on the ice. I think if you do that, you're going to be just fine.
Kansas City lost to Idaho, so Wichita with the 1 standing point regains by themselves 2nd place in the Mountain Division. They've got 57 points now. The Grizzlies now have 50. Who's going to get that extra standing point? 7 minutes on the clock. A big-time crowd over at INTRUST Bank Arena. Draws at center ice. Zach Sekos and Cameron Ryder out there. Taking the draws, Quinn Preston. Wichita wins the face-off. They have to hang out at neutral ice. Offside is the Thunder, as Preston won the face-off and got pushed into the offensive zone. So the Thunder are offside. 6 seconds into overtime. Draw's going to be at neutral ice. Cole McDonald out there for Wichita. Quinn Preston as well. I think that's Mikkel Stenell. 3 on the ice for the Grizzlies. Zach Sekos take the face-off. Cameron Wright and Connor McDonald. Wichita wins the face-off. Quinn Preston skates back into his own zone as he gets held up along the far wing boards by Sekos. Now McDonald delivers a hit. Wichita clears it all the way into the Grizzlies zone as Cameron Wright glides after it. He'll get the puck as he'll station himself behind Trent Miner's net. As Wright skates down the middle. He'll still skate down the middle. Now feed it towards the near side for Raby. Raby crosses center ice. He'll skate towards the right circle. Raby skates in. Shot. Saved by Kappelmaster as Kappelmaster dives out in front of the crease. Grizzlies get it back to McDonald. Grizzlies captain, one overtime game winner this year. He'll take a righty shot. Glove saved by Kappelmaster. He holds on. 42 seconds into overtime. Well, I thought for a second there, Connor McDonald could have his second overtime game winner of the season.
Yeah, Tyson, it was so close, but what a big save by Kappelmaster diving to make that save. He keeps this game tied, but I like what the Grizzlies are doing here so far in overtime.
45 shots for the Grizzlies, make that 46 now. 39 shots for Wichita. So Kappelmaster is not 42 of 46. Pfizer will take the draw against Jake Wallen, who scored a shorthanded goal for Wichita in the second period. Raby's on the ice as well. Can't see who's up top. As draw won by the Grizzlies. James Shearer's on the ice. Raby gets it. He'll throw it up top for Pfizer. Left side will skate towards his right. Pfizer now at the right point, skates towards the right circle. Pfizer, rolls it around the boards. Shearer cuts it off. Now Wichita takes it away. Thunder skate from right to left as we see it in overtime. As the Thunder skate down the middle. Both teams have a standing point tonight as they cross center ice. And now the Thunder skate over the line to the left side as Cole McDonald looks to center it. Thunder keep the puck. Now they lose it. Grizzlies come back the other way. Skating from left to right. Pfizer crosses center right wing. He gains the line. He skates towards his left. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound goes to the far corner. Pfizer gets held up as he loses the puck. Thunder get it. As Wichita crosses center ice. As Wichita will skate in. We believe that's Gavin Gould. The jersey's folded up on the back of it. Now goes back to Jay Dickman. As Cam Strong's in the area. Strong holds his face as if he were hit by the high stick. Now Strong gets the puck. He loses it neutral ice. Strong will skate towards the bench. They're going to call it. As Cam Strong believes he was hit with a high stick. As the referee checking it over to see if there's blood or not. So the Grizzlies are going to get a power play here in overtime. 5:18 left. And that's critical as the Grizzlies are going to get a 4-on-3 power play here as Cam Strong was hit with a high stick.
Yeah, Tyson, this is a huge opportunity for the Grizzlies here in overtime. Although they are 0 for 3 on the power play in this game, this is a chance for them to redeem that mistake and make it count.
It's going to be a 2-minute power play, and Jay Dickman can't believe it. As Dickman upset at the call, 5:18 left in overtime. He gets 2 minutes for high sticking. Dickman pounds his stick along the glass. He can't believe the call was made at this point in the game. But the Grizzlies will get an offensive zone draw. Wichita's lost 5 in a row, and they've lost 9 of their last 10. For the Grizzlies, they've got a standing point in now 6 straight road games. It was 5 straight coming into play tonight. Regardless of what happens, the Grizzlies will get at least 1 standing point. I believe Ryan Kanasowicz has used his 1 timeout. He wants to set something up here. Grizzlies got to be patient, but they also got to find a way. If they get their shot, they got to be able to take it.
Yeah, good on Coach Kanasowicz for taking that timeout. Just kind of let his guys breathe a little bit, draw up a scheme. And now here go the Grizzlies looking to win this game in overtime.
Jamison will take the face-off against Jake Wallen. Draw one by Wichita as it hangs up in the corner. As the puck squirts towards the slot. Fires with a blast! Saved by Kappelmaster. A Thunder skater might have gotten a piece of it in front of it. As Pfizer has the puck in the high slot. As he'll feed it to the left side for right. One-timer. Saved by Kappelmaster. He holds on with an even 5 minutes left in overtime. As Kappelmaster will skate towards the far corner. Gather his thoughts. He's been a busy goaltender here tonight. Pfizer glided it over to the left side for right. He took a one-timer, and Kappelmaster got it cleanly. Jamison was out in front of the net. Draw's going to be the left side. Jamison will take it. Pfizer's up top, right, and Sekos are also on the ice. So 4 forwards for the Grizzlies here. Wichita wins the face-off, and they clear it out. Miner behind his net will accept the puck. So he'll drop it off for Pfizer. As Terran's got 18 goals this season. Skates to neutralize. Crosses center. He'll throw it to the left side. Grizzlies enter the zone on side. Sekos over to Pfizer in the high slot. Pfizer surveys. He'll throw it to the right side for Sekos, who accepts it now across to right. He gets the bouncing puck in the left circle. Up top for Pfizer. Pfizer back to right. Now over to Sekos. One-timer. Kick saved by Kappelmaster. Jamison hacking away. Kappelmaster is covered up. As we get a whistle with 4:26 left in the third. Good look by Sekos. He didn't get all of the one-timer from the right side. Jamison out in front of the net trying to hack away. Cole McDonald boxing him out as we're still tied at 4. Good look by the Grizzlies three-man unit. Pfizer to right, over to Sekos. Kapelmaster made the save. Well, there was some loose change out in front, and then Jamison kept hacking away, but then Kapelmaster covered up. 1:08 left in overtime. Can the Grizzlies find a way here to pick up the extra standing point? We're tied at 4. Looks like the same four-man unit for the Grizzlies on the ice. Jamison will take the face-off. Pfizer, Wright, and Sekos. Taking the draw is Jake Wallen for Wichita. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Sekos over in the high slot. Skates towards his left. Now to Pfizer. He's on the right side. Pfizer over to Sekos. Sekos fakes a shot. Gets to Pfizer's all alone. Right side will take a shot. Saved by Kapelmaster. And like Kapelmaster fell down past the goal line. Cameron Wright thinks that the Grizzlies had scored. The blast from Pfizer. Kapelmaster made a body save, but then he fell down. Cameron Wright thinks that the puck ended up in the back of the net. But looks like the referee says no. There's 2 referees tonight, Sam Heidemann and Yannick Jobin-Mansu. It doesn't look like they're going to take an extra look at it. Cameron Wright thought that the Grizzlies had taken a lead as Kapelmaster fell down, and he thought the puck crossed the goal line.
Yeah, Tyson, that is interesting. And I always see Grizzlies skaters skating away from the circle. But, I mean, that's just an interesting play where Pfizer takes that shot and Kapelmaster saves it with his chest and kind of just falls backwards. I wonder if he did cross the goal line, because if he did, that would be a goal and the Grizzlies would win this game.
Draws taken in the right circle. We're tied at 4. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left in overtime. 53 seconds left in a Grizzlies 4-on-3 power play. Draw taken by Jamison and won by Jamison. As Zach Sekos to the right side. Can't underestimate the faceoff wins by Jamison here late in the game, including the 3 in overtime. As Wright skates towards his right, he'll take a righty shot. Saved by Kapelmaster. Rebound goes to the left side for Pfizer. Pfizer switches places with Wright. Pfizer over to Sekos, right side shot save. Rebound shot. Jamison hacking away. Puck is in the crease. Everybody's in there. It looks like Kapelmaster's covered up. Boy, Sekos has had a couple one-timers on the right side, and it looks like we're still tied at 4. Jamison looks like this time had a better look, hacking away from the crease. Literally everybody that was on the ice except for Trent Miner was in the crease. Boy, Jamison, after Sekos took the shot, kind of fanned on a rebound attempt. The puck glided towards Kapelmaster. Good job by Wichita boxing out the Grizzlies. Jamison continued to hack away, and it's still tied at 4.
I'll tell you what, Kapelmaster's made some really great saves, but you're right, he's leaving some loose change in the crease. The Grizzlies need to know to pounce on that whenever a shot is made, because he is making great saves, but puck has been loose in the crease a few times.
Looks like Kapelmaster's on 2 knees. Looks like he's a little bit banged up as he's working on his knee to see if he's okay. Grizzlies up to 7 shots in overtime. Wichita's yet to take one. As Utah's up to 52 shots, Justin Kapelmaster has saved 48 of them. As Jay Dickman's in the penalty box, 2 minutes for high sticking, 1:42 into overtime. There's 25 seconds left in the Grizzlies power play. There's a huge crowd over at INTRUST Bank Arena has seen a pretty good hockey game. So it looks like they're just checking over to make sure Kapelmaster's okay.
Hopefully he is okay. And even from a Grizzlies perspective, watching this game, Kapelmaster's been fantastic for the Thunder. He's made a few key saves throughout the course of this game that's really kept the Thunder in it. So all credit to him. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he's played a fantastic game.
So Kapelmaster will stay in there. He gets some water. 25 seconds left in the power play. I wonder if Wichita's used their timeout. Hard to really say. Unfortunately, we're at the mercy of the one video feed we see. There's a little bit of a break there. I don't think there was a scheduled timeout there for overtime. Maybe they were working on some ice. Hard to say. The good thing with that break is the Grizzlies are able to keep that same 4-man unit on the ice. Jamison's won some big face-offs here in overtime, and this time Jamison wins it again. As Sekos over towards Jamison, he gets it taken away by Wright. Wright skates towards the left side. He's just outside the circle. 15 seconds left in the power play. Up top for Sekos. Back to Wright. Wright will skate towards the high slot. Now back to Sekos. One-timer saved by Kapelmaster. Rebound bounces back to Sekos. Power play's about over. Over to the near side for Wright. Back up top for Sekos. Over to Wright. Backhand shot. And it goes wide. We're skating 4-on-4 until the next whistle. As Dickman's out of the penalty box. Grizzlies throw it to Wright. He gets back checked by Dickman. Now Wright with a shot. And it goes wide. As McDonald's over on the right point. Pfizer feeds it across. Looking for Jamison goes wide. Now left side, shot goes wide. But back to McDonald. They'll skate towards the right point. Now around the net. McDonald will bounce it off the Thunder skater. Wichita gets it, trying to clear it out. Right keeps it in, right side, near the circle. Trying to drop it off for Fitz. It's taken by Wichita as Cole McDonald skates around the net, being back checked by Fitz. McDonald skates down the middle. He's now at center ice. We'll skate 4-on-4 until the next whistle. Raby takes it away. Left side. Raby skates towards his right. 2-on-4. He overskates the puck. Thunder come back the other way. Quinn Preston with great speed. Skates towards the left circle. Skates towards his right. Righty shot. Saved by Minor. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Quinn Preston feeds it across. Connor Walters gains the line, drops it off. Thunder go down on the left point. Grizzlies get it. Dylan Fitz. He'll skate towards the right side. Slap shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Sure gets it left wing. Shot goes wide. I think it hit the side of the net. Now the Thunder get it back. About 2 minutes left in the third period, or the 2 minutes left in overtime. We're tied at 4. Both teams have at least one standing point. Who's going to get that second one? Grizzlies hoping to end a 3-game overtime losing streak as Wichita gains the line. They'll throw it to the right side. Right point. Shot blocked in front of Minor. Grizzlies come back the other way. Utah crosses center. Cam Strong drops out for the left circle. Over towards Tho on hat trick watch. He loses it as he was looking for the toe drag in the left circle. As Wichita 2-on-3. Skates towards the right circle. Righty shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes towards the near side. Grizzlies will cross center. Tho over towards Strong. Strong skates towards his left. Now chip it to the left circle. Grizzlies get it over to Pfizer. Bounced off his stick. Pfizer gets it back on the right side. He loses it. As Wichita will carry it towards center ice. As the Thunder, with 1:15 left in overtime, will cross center ice. Gavin Gould skates down the middle. As he gets hit in the high slot, and he loses the puck. Bryson Martin around Utah's net. Will chip it towards the near corner. Martin keeps the puck as he gets back checked. He gets taken away by Gavin Gould. Gould to the right side, skates towards the corner. Gould gets hit by McDonald. Gould will throw it back to the right point. As Wichita, Cole McDonald skates towards the right side. Backhand shot, saved by Minor. 51 seconds left in overtime, and we'll go back to 3-on-3 skating as we're skating 4-on-4 for a little over a minute after the Utah power play ended. What back and forth action.
Tyson, it's been awesome. It's been really fun to watch, although I have to feel like that power play opportunity was a missed opportunity for the Grizzlies. But either way, it's been highly entertaining, and we still got 51 seconds to go here in overtime.
So draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. It looks like both teams are taking a little bit of a breather. What a game it's been. As we're tied at 4, Grizzlies well over 50 shots. They've taken a ton of them here in overtime, but as Guy mentioned, you're a little bit concerned if you're a Grizzlies fan as to that missed opportunity on the power play. Grizzlies had some great looks. Unfortunately, couldn't get one past Kappelmaster. Utah's up to 12 shots in overtime. Wichita's taken 2. So the Grizzlies, 57 shots. I believe that's a season high for the Grizzlies this year. Wichita taking 41 shots. We knew that both teams were clubs that allowed a lot of shots per game, but this is pretty crazy. Tyler Penner's got 8 shots to lead the club. Taran Pfizer has 7. Zach Sekos has 6. Aaron Tho is on hat trick watch. He's got 2 goals and 1 assist tonight. 51 seconds left in overtime, and looks like they've taken a little bit of a break there. I guess action's gone back and forth so quickly, they decided to take a media timeout.
Well, I mean, it's well-deserved. I mean, these guys are playing their hearts out. They got to be tired. So good break there, but now the Grizzlies need to win this face-off.
Draws in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. Taken by Sekos, but won by Wichita. Lefty shot saved by Minor. Grizzlies come back the other way as they cross center. Cameron Wright along the near wing boards. Gets around Preston. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Kappelmaster. Rebound. Shot and score! Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win 5-4, and there was no doubt about it. As Utah took a shot from the right side, that was Cameron Wright. I think Zach Sekos came in, got the rebound. Sekos put it away. And Zach gets his 10th of the season. Welcome back to the lineup after missing about 2 months. The combination of Zach Sekos and Cameron Wright is just what the doctor ordered, as Sekos gets his 10th of the season, and Cameron Wright's going to get an assist. And what a game, what a performance. Cameron Wright just skated in from the right side, took a shot, bounced off the Kappelmaster. You mentioned the rebounds he's been allowing, and Zach Sekos is the one who's the hero tonight. He gets the game winner as the Grizzlies high-five everybody at neutral ice. It was a successful pro debut for Jared Power, and for Trent Minor, he gets his 9th victory of the season, as Minor now leads the Grizzlies and wins, and that's certainly big as the Grizzlies get 2 standings points. They win 5-4. It took 13 shots in overtime to finally get one past Justin Kappelmaster. maybe 14, as the 13th shot was by Wright, bounced off a Kappelmaster and Zach Sekos. I think the puck was about knee-high, just kind of batted it into the back of the net as the Grizzlies get their third overtime victory of the season. What a win. 5-4 is the final score. Guy, that's just what the Grizzlies needed.
Yeah, Tyson is. I mean, you want to talk about not only a big win from a playoff perspective, this is a big win in terms of momentum for the Grizzlies. They were coming off of a tough series against Allen. Now they go on the road against Wichita, a team that you're chasing in the standings, and you come out and pull out a big win here. Fantastic game from the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies 5, Thunder 4, post-game show coming up in 30 seconds. As it's a happy Friday night as the Grizzlies get 2 standings points, and they get their first overtime game winner since the month of November. Utah now has a standing point in 6 straight road games, and the Grizzlies are now over the 500 mark on the road at 14, 13, and 3. We're back with the post-game show as Utah wins 5-4 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Sweet victory indeed for the Utah Grizzlies, 5-4 in overtime, as Utah is now 3-3 in overtime games this year. They won twice in early November in overtime. Connor McDonald got the overtime game winner in one of them, and Cameron Wright in the other. For the Grizzlies, you think about losing 3 straight overtime games. They had a lot of great opportunities in the extra session, and finally, Zach Sekos on a rebound off a Cameron Wright shot from the right side. And for Zach Sekos, that's certainly sweet. And you think about a guy that's missed the better part of 2 months. He got hurt in late December. You think about it, he really hasn't played much for the Grizzlies in about 3 months, as he spent most of the month of December in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. Played in a game for the Grizzlies, got injured, missed the entire month of January, came back, played 1 game. I think it was February 1st against Allen, or it might have been February 3rd. Got hurt again, missed the rest of the month of February, and here in the first game of March, Zach Sekos gets the game winner as he becomes the 8th different Grizzlies skater to score 10 or more goals this season. Remember, he's only done it in 20 games. What a job by Zach Sekos, who had 1 goal and 1 assist tonight for the Grizzlies. It's just a good bit victory in terms of continuing to battle. Utah is now 19-1 when leading after 2 periods. Wichita really gave them a tough fight, but the Grizzlies come away with the overtime game winner as Zach Sekos scored 6:22 in, with Cameron Wright getting the assist. And Wright ended the night with 3 assists. So a big-time performance by Cameron Wright. That gives him 41 points this season, and he is now tied for the club lead with Andrew Nilsson, as Nilsson now in the uniform of the AHL's Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins. And for Cameron Wright, the 3 assists gives him 23 on the season, and he now is tied for the club lead with 41 points with Andrew Nilsson. Wichita scored the only goal in the first period as Quinn Preston scored 16-19 in. It was from the right side near the goal line. Jay Dickman and Mikkel Stenell with the assists. It was a power play goal for Wichita. They went 1 for 3 on the power play. Thunder led 1-0 after 1 period, despite the fact the Grizzlies outshot them 12-11. In the second frame, Dylan Fitz redirected an Aaron Tho shot, 6:20 into the second, as Fitz got his 14th of the season. He was the Optum first goal of the game scorer. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. That's Optum Healthcare, who's creating a healthier world, one insight, one connection, and one person at a time. Grizzlies took a 2-1 lead, 7:45 in, as Jamison scored his 10th of the year. Cam Strong and Jared Power with the assist. That was Power's first professional point, as tonight he made his professional debut wearing number 20 for the Grizzlies. Then Aaron Tho scored from the left point, 8:26 in. It was his 3rd of the season. Cameron Wright and Zach Sekos with the assist. So the Grizzlies scored 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. In the second period, they took a 3-1 lead. Jake Wallen scored shorthanded, unassisted for Wichita, 13-15 in. It's Wallen's 10th of the year, and that made it a 3-2 game. Utah led 3-2 after 2 periods. Wichita took a shot 7 seconds into the third period. Miner had to make a save on a 2-on-1, but then 1:20 into the third, Cameron Huff scored his 2nd of the year. Gavin Gould and Colton and Connor Walters picked up the assists. And then that tied the score at 3. Grizzlies retook the lead 4-3 as we apologize for those listening on YouTube. For a second, I thought it was Jared Power. And really the deciding factor, I thought it was Tho initially. Sometimes Tho and Strong's numbers can look a little bit too similar. Tho skated around, got a wraparound, and scored. And then Cameron Wright went after the puck. And usually the telltale sign when a guy goes after the puck is it's usually a player's first as a pro. We got to keep that thing, make it a keepsake. Well, I saw Cameron Wright and maybe a couple other Grizzlies players, motion for the puck that they wanted it. So I thought Jared Power had scored his first as a pro. And it turned out maybe they're keeping the puck because that could be Aaron Tho's first multiple goal game as a pro. That's his second of the contest. Aaron Tho had an outstanding night. But I botched the call, and I apologize to everybody listening on YouTube and really botched a lot of calls tonight. It was just a mess. With the first period, we saw birds. We saw a bird flying. We saw either a rat or a bat. We thought it might have been a rat. Somebody at the arena said that they thought it was a bat. Nevertheless, we saw some craziness. The place started to shake in the second period. Guy and I thought we heard an earthquake. A lot of people think we're crazy and that they didn't feel anything. Certainly a strange night. When those scored on the wraparound, 7:19 in, that gave the Grizzlies a 4-3 lead. Wright and Pfizer with the assists. But then Wichita, we played Allen 6 times in February. Jake Dickman tied up the game at 4. He scored 9:47 into the third. Connor Walters and Gavin Gould with the assists. So Gould and Walters got the assists in both of Wichita's third period goals. They played well. Score stayed a 4-4 tie for the second half of the third period. We went to overtime. Grizzlies shot count in the third period. Wichita outshot them 13-11, but really the second period was a crazy one where the Grizzlies outshot the Thunder 22-15. Grizzlies had 13 shots in overtime to Wichita's 2. And, Wichita did a good job there. Utah had a power play in overtime after Jay Dickman got called for a high sticky minor. Grizzlies had some good opportunities there, in particular with Sekos from the right circle on one-timers, but Kapellmaster made the save on every occasion. And then the Grizzlies had what looked like a 2-on-1. Cameron Wright in a 1-on-1 battle, skated towards the right circle, took a shot, bounced off the Kapellmaster. Puck ended up in the air, and about, I'd say, knee-high, Zach Sekos just batted it into the back of the net. And Sekos gets his 10th of the season. As we mentioned, a guy that's missed about 2 months for the Grizzlies, or really 3 months for the Grizzlies and 2 months with an injury. He spent most of December in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles, has been out just about every game over the last 2 months with an injury. So it was great to see Zach Sekos, who's really worked hard over the last couple of months to recover from an injury, upper body, and he gets the game winner. And how about Cameron Wright, who missed the 3 games last week against Allen, scoring 3 assists. Him and Andrew Nilsson are now tied for the club lead with 41 points. And Guy, you can't underestimate the effort of Trent Miner, stopping 37 of 41 to keep the Grizzlies in this one. He ultimately picks up his 9th victory of the season.
Yeah, Tyson, Trent Miner, I think his performance is going to get overlooked because of what the Grizzlies were able to do offensively in this game. But Trent really had himself a solid game. A lot of those goals that were scored just weren't his fault. I thought he had a solid performance, but this is a game where we see contributions all throughout the Grizzlies lineup, which is something you really want to see in March heading into the playoff time. Where you're trying to push for a playoff spot. You want depth scoring, and the Grizzlies got just that. And I think it also solves the problem of what we saw in the Allen series, where the Grizzlies weren't able to play a full 60 minutes. They had a great first period, then kind of dropped off after that. We did not see that here tonight. That was not the case. The Grizzlies played a full 60 minutes and then some. They really had to go out and earn this victory. Credit to the Wichita Thunder. They played a great game as well, but the Grizzlies were able to come out and show that they were here to take the 2 points, and they got them.
There's a big crowd over at INTRUST Bank Arena. Not sure what it is, but they haven't listed the attendance, but it looked like just about every seat was filled in the lower bowl. And it's one of those that, you open up the upper bowl, and it looked like even that was filled up pretty good as well. It was Star Wars night over at INTRUST Bank Arena. What were we tonight? We were the evil Sith Lord, according to the Wichita Thunder press releases earlier today. We were the evil Sith Lord. Looks like the bad guy gets a victory tonight, 5-4 in overtime. Utah now has a standing point in 6 straight road games. And, Guy, you think about a tough month of February, certainly a tough end of the month of February. Grizzlies just come on the road, and really it's a big victory. And who really cares about Wichita getting the 1 point? The only thing that really matters is the Grizzlies come away with 2 points on a night when Allen didn't play. So the Grizzlies now just 2 points behind 4th place in the Mountain Division standings.
Well, Tyson, you also think about Kansas City. They lost tonight, I believe. So I guess thanks to the Idaho Steelheads, our biggest rivals, I guess they did us a favor here tonight. But I mean, the Grizzlies really took this game, and they go into a hostile environment. We saw that crowd in Wichita. That was a big crowd. I have to think that they were standing on their feet for the majority of the third period and overtime. They must have been really loud. For the Grizzlies to go into a building like that and come out with the 2 points is huge. I think that speaks volumes to the type of team this is and the way that they're going to play throughout the course of the month and then on into April. But hey, the Grizzlies are 1-0 in the month of March.
Looks like the attendance over at INTRUST Bank Arena is 10,397. So 10,397. 10,397 was the total attendance. The only disappointing thing is the time of game is 2 hours, 52 minutes. 3 stars of the game. Number 3 stars, Aaron Tho, with the 2 goals and 1 assist. Tho was a +2 and had 4 shots. He was outstanding, and he's the number 3 star. Number 2 star, Jake Wallen, had 1 goal, was a +2, had 6 shots for the Thunder. Remember, he scored shorthanded, 13-15 into the second. He took all of Wichita's big faceoffs at the end. We saw Jamison take a lot of big faceoffs and winning those faceoffs, so that was critical to the Grizzlies in overtime. Jake Wallen took a lot of big faceoffs for Wichita. He's the number 2 star. And the number 1 star, the game winner, Zach Sekos, who had 1 goal and 1 assist. He had 7 shots, which didn't lead the team. Tyler Penner led the way with 8 shots. Penner had 1 assist. So for the Grizzlies, a big victory. Aaron Tho, 2 goals and 1 assist, the number 3 star. Cameron Wright should have gotten honorable mention honors with the 3 assists. And Zach Sekos, 1 goal and 1 assist. He is the number 1 star of the game. And really the big thing, the Grizzlies did have the power play in overtime, but Keaton Jamison winning 1 face-off after another in overtime was a big factor in why the Grizzlies outshot the Thunder 13-2 in overtime.
Oh, Tyson, no doubt about it. I mean, those face-off wins by Jamison, those are huge. And I think that's something he does really well, is winning the puck off the draw and giving the Grizzlies possession, something Tyler Penner also does really well. A guy that normally doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but also helps the Grizzlies gain possession off the draw. So fantastic performance by, like I said before, everybody throughout the Grizzlies lineup seemed to have a role to play in this win. And you got to have a smile on your face if you're Coach Kanasowicz and Coach Pike moving forward.
So for the Grizzlies, you're thinking about winning on Sunday. Both teams will be off tomorrow. Winning Sunday, then coming back to Mavericks Center for a 3-game series against the Kansas City Mavericks. And let's take a look at the Mountain Division standings. Idaho gets the victory 5-2 over Kansas City tonight. And so they now have 87 standings points. Wichita was in a tie with Kansas City with 56 points. Now, despite the loss, Wichita does get a standing point. They are now in second place by themselves with 57 points. Kansas City is in third with 56 points. Allen didn't play tonight. They're stuck at 53 points. And the Grizzlies, with a victory, they get 2 more standings points. They're now at 51 on the season. 2 points behind Allen for 4th place. And that's certainly important because top 4 teams in each division make the playoffs. Rapid City didn't play tonight. They'll face Allen tomorrow. They've got 49 points, 2 behind Utah. They're in 6th place. And Tulsa bringing up the rear with 44 points. And they just lost the Birdman as he got traded from the Tulsa. I mean, he's got an NHL entry-level deal with the Ducks. The Ducks traded him to the Chicago Blackhawks organization. So Max Galad's going to play for the Indy Fuel now. And so Tulsa, on a trade that they absolutely had nothing to do with them, they lose Galad, essentially a trade from Tulsa to Indy, but Tulsa doesn't get anything because Galad's got an NHL entry-level deal. So Tulsa really doesn't have anything to do with them. So tough break for the Oilers as they try to climb back into the playoff race. But, Guy, you think about Sunday, it's going to be a critical game because you look at the standings and really you look head-to-head. Grizzlies have really had their way with Wichita. They've won 6 straight against the Thunder, dating all the way back to last season where they went 5-0. And for the Grizzlies, now you've gotten a little bit used to what Wichita brings to the table. And for the Grizzlies, you talk about being aggressive offensively. What was it, like 57 shots on Kapellmaster?
58.
58 shots. So you're talking about a big-time performance. And for the Grizzlies, they just continue their dominance offensively over the last 9 games. They've got 38 goals over their last 9 games. They've really got things rolling offensively.
Yeah, Tyson, they have. And I think the big key is that they're doing it 5-on-5, something that they struggled with in the first half of the season. Now they seem to have found their legs. It would be great if they could find their legs on the power play now. And I think the absence of Andrew Nielsen doesn't help that matter. I think it'll take some time for the power play to get adjusted to not having him there. But the Grizzlies are scoring 5-on-5. Now they've got Wright and Sekos back in the lineup. Dakota Raby's been hot. Did he have a point in this game? I don't I don't believe he did. He didn't. So his point streak comes to an end, but he's been playing fantastic. There's just guys up and down the lineup that are just prolific scorers. They're doing such great things for the Grizzlies. And really, the sky's the limit for this team. They're just hitting their stride right now.
So Raby did go scoreless. His 7-game point scoring streak comes to an end. Dylan Fitz had a goal. He now has a point in 7 of his last 8 games. And they tell you not to do math on the air. For the Grizzlies, it's 40 goals over their last 9 games. So they've been rolling offensively. They've got 18 goals over their last 4 games. And for the Grizzlies, certainly a big victory in overtime, 5-4 against the Wichita Thunder. I mentioned it's the first overtime game winner for the Grizzlies since the month of November. Remember, the Grizzlies won 2 overtime game winners in early November as Cameron Wright won the game for Utah 2-1 into overtime on November 4th against Kansas City. Utah won 4-3. And then Connor McDonald on November 9th got the overtime game winner. I think if I remember right, there was less than 1 minute left in overtime as he scored from the right side as Utah won 3-2. That game was over Allen. Utah lost 3 straight overtime games leading up to tonight. And tonight, it's all Grizzlies. As Zach Sekos gets the overtime game winner. Utah outshot Allen 13-2 in overtime and 58-41 for the contest. So that's a ton of shots on Justin Kapelmaster. Despite that, you have to tip your hat to the Wichita goaltender, who really was busy, and he did a good enough job to stop the first 12 in the overtime session.
Yeah, Tyson, he really did. I mean, you mentioned about tipping the cap to Kapelmaster. I mean, he really had a fantastic game, really kept the Thunder in it. But I think it's really interesting when you talk about the shot count. I mean, 58 for the Grizzlies, and the Thunder themselves had looks like 41 throughout the course of this game. These two teams, they're towards the bottom of the league in shots for per game. They both average around about 30 or 29 a game. And you talk about them being well over that in this game. It's just kind of strange for that game to really play out the way that it did, but that just goes to show that given under any circumstances, the Grizzlies can find a way to take shots on goal and find the back of the net.
So for the Grizzlies, things are rolling offensively as they get a 5-4 victory. Aaron Tho had 2 goals and 1 assist. Cameron Wright had 3 assists. Zach Sekos 1 goal and 1 assist, including the game winner. 6:22 into overtime. Well, now wrap things up. Guy and I are hanging out at Maverick Center. We had a crazy night. We had technical difficulties. We're glad that we were able to even get a video feed as the game started, as we lost our video feed like 5 minutes in. And even before that, it was a question of, can they hear us over on Flow Sports? Can they, there were so many crazy things that happened at the start of this broadcast, and we finally got on. We didn't have a score bug for the majority of the game, so we didn't know how much time was left on the clock. Didn't really know any of that. And obviously, you're at the mercy of the one video feed that you get, the one camera angle on Flow Sports. So we do apologize for trying to follow the game on YouTube. I know it was difficult tonight. We saw a bird flying in the arena at INTRUST Bank, and it looked like either a rat or a bat was on the ice. Somebody that was there says it was a bat. And then we felt what we thought was an earthquake in the second period, although reports have said that that nobody really felt anything. A lot of crazy stuff happening tonight, and we certainly want to apologize because some of it was nuts and some of it made us look like, unfortunately with the video feed, kind of made me look like an incompetent fool. And then I blew the Aaron Tho goal call in the third period thinking it was Jared Power. Mason Whalen celebrated his birthday today, the Grizzlies equipment manager. I didn't even mention that. A lot of stuff happened tonight. Sometimes you just have to, just kind of laugh it off and just have some fun with it, because that's really all we're trying to do here.
Yeah, it's been a pretty weird day for us overall. I mean, but I don't think the craziness was just here. I think it was over in Wichita too, with the bat and the the bird, which I don't know if they ever caught that bird. That bird might still be flying around there. It might live there. It might just be a bird that lives in Wichita. But I mean, as far as the earthquake confirmed, I don't know if it was an actual earthquake. Maybe it was something going on upstairs. Maybe the wind just blew that hard outside. But we felt something. It might not be an earthquake, but we felt something. We're not that crazy. So I don't know. I think we had a good. I think we did what we could given the circumstances. I thought you had a good call. I mean, there was.
I did. It was terrible tonight.
Given the circumstances, and I'm right here, I can tell you, it wasn't easy for him. So pat yourself on the back. You did what you could under the circumstances.
We had fun, though. That's the important thing. And for the Grizzlies, they got a victory, so that's even better. Anything that involves a Grizzlies victory. Now, I wouldn't say that we want all these crazy stuff to happen, for it to be a Grizzlies victory. Like, we'd be okay if we just have a normal broadcast and a Grizzlies victory, but it is what it is. The important thing is the Grizzlies come away with 2 standings points. The important thing is the Stanley Cup's going to be here 8 days from now. I'm looking forward to that on March 11th. Military Night on March 24th. You've got the jersey the Grizzlies going to wear that night.
That's right.
And we got a lot of fun stuff happening here at Maverick Center. Don't forget the Wichita Thunder will be here March 29th, 31st, and 1st. And Military Night, March 24th. Get your tickets, UtahGrizzlies.com. Stanley Cup will be here on Saturday, March 11th, the second of a 3-game series against the Kansas City Mavericks. Got a lot of fun stuff happening here in March. And for the Grizzlies, they begin the month on the winning note. 5-4 the final score. Well, now wrap things up here from Maverick Center. Guy, any final thoughts before we type up the post-game story and head out?
Well, Tyson, it's been a crazy game, crazy day, but I think there's only one thing that matters, and that is that the Grizzlies walked out of there with 2 points, not just one. They played a great game, and hey, they'll be right back at it in Wichita on Sunday looking for another 2 points.
Utah has won at least 6 games over Wichita over the last year and a half. It was the first season meeting between the clubs. It was a 5-4 overtime game winner by Zach Sekos as he scored with 38 seconds left in the extra session. Well, for Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting once again in 2 hours and 52 minutes in front of a great crowd of 10,397 over at INTRUST Bank Arena. It was Star Wars night. The Grizzlies played the role of the evil Sith Lord, and the bad guys win 5-4 over the Wichita Thunder. It was a great performance by Cameron Wright, who had 3 assists. Zach Sekos, 1 goal and 1 assist. And how about Aaron Tho? He had 2 goals and 1 assist and was spectacular for the Grizzlies. With Andrew Nelson now in the AHL, and Utah without Corey Thomas and Victor Bartley, a defenseman needed to step up, and Aaron Tho did just that. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be on Sunday afternoon. 2:45 pregame show, 3:05 face-off as Grizzlies take on the Wichita Thunder for the second and final time at INTRUST Bank Arena in the regular season. For Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is.